Fine. And before Stu drops off, we're going to start immediately. Okay, so last week, you guys had a bit of some time off as you were all preparing to sit back, relax in the stands, and hear loud screams and cheers as you all headed off back to Trino, as you wanted to get this Tetravata tournament done and dusted, as both Rikishi and Dugold had signed up about 2 to 3 months prior to it beginning. Sadly, as it was beginning, Dugold went on to his merry dwarf hibernation settings, so you put him into the stands and Maki took his place. You were able to make your way through several rounds of the Tetramaster tournament, and you're able to defeat several of the people from Commoner Man, Adventurer Red Mage Female, Adventurer Burmesian Male, Royal Bird Woman, Vivi, and a Zidane. You never tried to use diplomacy to get the winning conditions changed at all, besides the finale with Zidane, where you got him to agree to only a single card reward. And then we ended off the tournament as the two victors, Maki and Ryukishi, battling it out, as they chose almost the exact same hands, besides one card being different. And it came down to pretty much a tiebreaker, as they had placed down, was it Hades against the Hades?
Yep.
And they had a battle. And Maki, since Rikishi didn't do it either, decided he wasn't going to use the hero point and let it be down to the dice roll. Both rolled a d16, and it ended up with Rikishi rolling higher and him winning the tournament. As a reward for him winning the tournament, he was given a rebirth ring. And I don't know if you've decided who you're giving that to, but besides the rebirth ring... Oh, you're wearing it, okay. You also gained plenty of cards throughout the tournament. It's like 20 or something cards, and you should have already added them into your Tetchmaster collection.
Yep.
And just like Jack said earlier, you were able to pick up all of the unique / powerful cards in the tournament, so you're either very lucky or you were gunning for those types of cards. And we ended the session just after you deciding who the rebirth ring was going for and you sorting out your cards, so we shall continue from there.
Well, since we're here, do we want to try to, if we can still catch up with Zidane? We did want to speak with him, right?
That sounds like a good move.
Did anyone see which way he went?
Roll perception.
Here we go.
As you
Wait,
are
are we
looking
all doing
around,
perception?
well, anyone who wants to look for him. But as you are looking around, keeping an eye out for the monkey boy, Kutas comes bumbling up to Rikishi as he goes in for a hug and squeezes the life out of Rikishi. Husband, do well!
Thanks, let go, please.
Your husband lets you go.
Should ask your hubby if he can taste the air.
Can you taste the air and see if you can find Monkey Boy?
Roll me diplomacy, Rikishi.
Oh, crap.
If you roll high, it's going to be bad for you.
Damn it, and I just upgraded my diplomacy.
As you ask your husband to lick at the air to find Zidane, he first gives you a lick from pretty much your stomach up to your face first beforehand.
True love.
As he waggles his tongue into the air. And I've actually taken him off my roll, so give me a second, he'll open up his sheet.
She kind of just stands there and shakes off all the saliva that's on his body now.
Oh wow.
I'm glad he's back.
It puts everybody to shit.
You say back, he's just here for this tournament because he wanted to support his husband.
I can call upon him. He's like a little summon. I call for him and just runs miles.
Yeah, his summoning gem is the wedding ring.
Yeah, see, there's the gold with, you know, Leviathan, you know, everything else. And I'm just there like, Kutas!
Kutas wiggles his tongue into the air, and anybody who got over a 25 also is able to find them. So Rikishi, I think it's just Rikishi and Kutas.
Of course.
Kutas with his tongue, Rikishi with his eyes. You look around for any remnants of Zidane or Vivi, as one would lead to the other. And you're able to catch them as they're making their way through the crowds and getting their, from what you can assume, just their equipment from a local locker.
It's Kutas'
Throw the
tongue.
Pokeball at him.
Kutas' tongue is pointing the right direction.
So Rikishi, what are you saying to Zidane, since you're the one who found him?
Wait, what? Huh? What? Wait,
You
what?
and Kutas found Zidane. You're gonna have to walk around to find him. You found him in the locker room.
I don't even know why we were looking for him. Why were we looking for him?
What, you
Because-
forgot?
Can I remind him or is it up to him?
Yeah, you can remind him.
We wanted to find Zidane, so see if he has a way to contact Garnet because he's her friend, to warn her about the coming debacle and maybe try to persuade her not to use summon Alexander.
Right, okay, let's see how badly this goes.
Which is to diplomacy too. So.
What she said.
Hi,
Diplomacy.
Zidane. Yeah, do you have any way of, like, contact with Princess Garnet? I hear you two are quite good friends.
You're a bit direct with your questions there.
It's, just sort of quite important.
What's it worth to you? He then kind of like rubs his fingers together.
Of course he is. Depends how much you're asking for.
That's not how you bribe someone.
Alright, fine. I gotta find out how much I got first. I, like, bring out, like, a sack of, like, 250 gil in my hand.
Are you giving it to him, or are you just holding it?
Holding it for the minute. I mean, like, is this enough to persuade you?
Yeah, that'll be enough.
Okay, I'll pass it over to him then.
Takes the gil and pockets it. What are you wanting? Message?
Yeah, it's kind of... We have belief that she may be trying to summon... Okay, sorry. Whoever just threw their keyboard across the room.
Fish, we can hear sounds from you.
We hear... Oh, I've lost my train of thought. We hear that Princess Garnet may be trying to summon a being, an idola known as Alexander. And we have belief that it's probably not the best thing to do, as it could cause the destruction of Alexandria.
Well,
So we're wondering
I
if
don't
you-
know anything about this Idol Alexander. Never seen anything about it. She hasn't spoken about it.
It might be worth mentioning it to her, just in case she is planning of doing it. As you don't want the destruction of Alexandria. I'm sure she doesn't want it either.
Doesn't do it. Oh, I'm not even that good.
You're not even there.
Ah.
Alright, roll me diplomacy.
Of course. This is where I'm now gonna roll bad.
Used to warn your husband.
Apparently I did.
Alright, but I'll give you a bonus because of how you spoke.
Ooh.
Well, it might be a bit difficult to get over to Garnet myself for the celebrations going on, but I know a way in.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. We'll be attending the... Oh, what's it called? Is it like a correlation or something?
Coronation.
That's it, coronation. We'll be attending the coronation anyway, so I'm sure we'll...
Coronation / inauguration.
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll see you around there, maybe, if you're there.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
Alright, well, wish you the best of luck in passing off the message, and thank you for passing on the message for me.
Thanks for the gill.
Alright. Come on then, Q-Tas, it's time to go.
Q-Test will follow you back to the rest of the team.
And, obviously they know. I'll just basically explain to them what I just did with the ZA and what I told them. Did I do good?
Well, let's hope so.
You didn't mention that she'd do it to stop the Cujo attacking.
Hey, got a little brain. Can't help it.
Well, as long as she gets the message not to use Alexander, then maybe she gets the context once, all that happens.
We can only hope. Hang on, be right back.
You guys leave the Tetramaster element area.
I mean, I think so.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless we're laying around an empty stadium.
Alright, as you exit out of the Tetramaster tournament, you see plenty of people moving kind of up and down the walkway across the waterways. You see plenty of new faces, as well as those that don't really fit in Trino, possibly travelling here for the tournament itself. And it's a bit more packed than usual. However, they don't pay too much mind to your group itself. Besides a few people coming up to Ryokishi to talk to him as they drag him away for autographs and whatnot. It's currently noon.
We should give him the moment of fame when he's BRB.
Yeah. I can't let it go to his head, alright? What's the rest of the party doing?
I'm back.
Okay. Ryokishi, you're being surrounded by people asking you about the tournament as well as asking for your autograph.
I guess I'll just start signing whatever they're kind of giving me.
Alright. You sign away all your wealth to one local lady.
What? No, not as in that. Jesus.
You said anything.
Giving them my autograph.
Uh-huh.
You gotta use your famous autograph. It's not the same thing as your signature.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll just kind of tell them tournament was, just one of those things you pass on by. Wasn't that difficult? I don't really count it as a challenge, really. Just really getting on his high horse.
Uh-huh.
Or his high dragon.
Your high dragon.
And I guess he was just going to explain anyway, it was nice seeing you all. I gotta move on.
Alright, this only goes on for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Jeez, that's a while.
There's a lot of people, it's a big stadium.
What can I say? People love a champion. Kind of nudges at looking at Mokumakara. Love the bragging rights. Alright, so what's the plan? I'm sure we got to go back to Limblom to work on the steam engine.
No, he's finished.
Oh, it's finished now. Oh, I don't know, 'cause it said one more day.
He's
as well,
finished
I'm confused.
today because it's 0 days.
Ah, okay. It said one more day in chat, so that's why.
Yeah, 1 day
Hey.
minus 1 with the gold.
Okay.
You can go back to Limblom and inspect the airship if you want.
Yes, please. Oh no, because that means I've got to read a rule book.
No, the airship itself is mostly just like a character sheet with some rules.
Okay, I'll have it. Have we also got our tickets now for the inauguration?
Yes.
Okay.
5 inauguration, passes.
Oh, see, look, this is why we should bring the airship, because then we could leave the pets on the airship.
Oh my god. Does anyone else want to remind him what's going on down there?
Yeah, I know. That's why I just want to say it.
We will be. I mean, it's an airship that. Something. I'm trying to remember what we know.
No other airship is like working right now, so that everyone will be really surprised
No,
when
but
they see an airship going.
The thing that takes over the Eidolons.
The eye in the sky.
Yeah, the eye in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to remember if it was pretty stormy.
Yes. When the eye appeared, the skies above clouded over, and the clouds were mostly black. And the eye. Roll me perception.
Oh.
Anybody can roll.
I'll give it a go anyways.
Kika!
Kutas cannot tongue the clouds.
Plus
Also,
2 against
he's not
flying.
Damn, I've used all my mana.
I think Mackie's got this one.
Okay, I think everyone succeeds.
Yes.
However, Mackie gets the correct dimensions, like to a centimeter. From what you saw last time, the eye in the sky is colossal, around colossal 5 or colossal 6. It's around the size of the big Clara tree itself, so it's a massive eye. Besides that, the eye itself pretty much parts the black clouds, and while it didn't exactly create a storm, it's not exactly best weather for flying.
So it seems like if you are, whatchamacallit, confident in your piloting skills, it's not going to be a full-on storm, but you might be able to handle yourself. I don't think we could be on the ship. Those of us who are doing the summoning could be on the ship.
What you want to summon from the ship itself?
No, well, I'm thinking like that's probably not a good idea if it's going like if we think that that is an event that's going to happen. Unless summoning them prior to makes it so that that's really not an issue should that come up.
It's dependent on the temperament of the Eidolon. You summon them pretty much for the entire day or until they want to leave. So you
Okay.
could summon them in the morning and just have them like sleep on the airship.
Yeah,
if they're up to doing that.
Yeah.
Jeez, how big's the airship?
The airship is 15 by 75 foot, and it has 2 decks.
Okay, fair enough. 2 decks.
Yeah, it has the poop deck, and then the underneath deck where you sleep, and the engine is.
Oh, okay, no. I interpreted that wrong. I thought you meant like 2 decks, as in the stat decks. I was like, why didn't need decks?
No.
Okay, got it. That's a big airship.
Hmm.
You did a good job. No, Tagore didn't do it. He just made the engine. Never mind.
It's the airship for the Band of Arteus, so it has to be big for all of them.
Did we get a did we follow up with our guild leader to see if he got us any tickets?
Yes, you have 5
Already done it.
permits.
Dope.
However, you are not allowed to bring in pets like tigers and dragons, so they have to stay in the stables nearby.
Right. But that... Okay, so if you guys remember, the plan that I was hoping we'd go with was those of us who were summoning would have to find probably... I don't know that we'd necessarily be able to find a spot in the play, or the inauguration area, so we might have to not show up, but you guys could.
I think that's what the
Yep.
plan was.
You're not going to be able to summon the Eidolons as a calling in the city,
Right.
because you need an hour, and
Right.
that's an hour uninterrupted.
Yeah.
People would interrupt you if you're doing it in the city.
Right. So, the idea that I had originally thought of was me, Allie, and Varellis having to be outside the city and waiting until about maybe shortly before an hour the inauguration happens, and Ryukishi, Nogmeg, and Maki could go to the event with the tickets and thus be able to protect Garnet and perhaps Aiko. It sounds like Aiko's there as well, and try and stop them from initiating any sort of scary summons.
Gambler, roll me luck.
Heyo.
Just like lucky dice to see if something happens.
Just a d20, cause luck isn't a roll, it's just luck points.
Yeah, just roll d20.
Okay. I guess
Alright.
not. Can I use a luck point?
I don't know. It's an
Yeah.
even number.
You can use a luck point if you want to.
Alright, I need to quickly
I
go.
can make you
switch
re-roll
to
it if you
the
want.
internet, so it should be
Probably
like
not gonna
10,
use
20
luck
minutes.
points today, so hey, let's go.
Cool.
More than
Better.
average.
Alright, you
you
keep
hear?
that?
You roll again. Varellis can help.
Alright,
Then Paul,
so
hit
I'll
it.
go and quickly swap over my internet, it'll take 20 minutes.
Alright, Jack.
See you in a bit.
Yes.
I'm giving that. Like
Alex, you can
User
re-roll it for
disconnected
everyone.
from your channel.
I'm just asking if
10, yeah, whatever.
he wants to re-roll it.
What about 10?
it is above 10, but
I mean, I can make you
Lucky
re-roll
you.
3 times if you want.
Is that all in one turn though?
Yeah.
It really?
Yeah.
I thought you could only do one mote ability per turn.
At level 12, I can do 2.
Then how come you can do 3?
I got a spell as well, swift action.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
and your
mean-
bloody rerolls.
Man, 3 of them? Now that's gambling.
I mean, kind of takes away the gambling point, but hey, I'm taking it.
Hey, a good gambler makes their own luck. Oh, that's the same.
Oh.
Is that a sign? Or is that...
Well, there
Hey.
you go.
Hey!
Are you keeping that?
I'm saying, yeah, let's keep
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's keep that.
Okay. You will know that Aiko is not currently in Alexandria because she's here with Zidane.
Oh, hey guys, guess what?
My gambler senses are tingling.
I just figured out something. That was so weird. I don't think Aiko's gonna be at the inauguration in Alexandria.
You don't think she's gonna be there?
Well, she could be there, but she's not there right now.
Oh, and just, yeah, she's not there right now, because she was here.
Oh, then we... Dang it, we should... Wait,
Go
can we...
ask.
Yeah, can we go after
Yeah.
them? Because kind of need Carbuncle's help, and if she summons up Carbuncle, that's gonna be a problem.
If you want to find... Well, you can find Zidane easy enough. You found him already. Because... You don't, no way we know that Aiko would be with Zidane.
Let's do it. And we've already warned him, right?
Yeah, Rikishi's spoken to Zidane. So you can find Zidane easy enough, and... Sure, Aiko's with him currently.
Cool. Oh, little girl. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm too small myself.
There you go, they're just to serve you.
Oh, fantastic.
Should we tell Aiko we met Carbuncle?
Yeah, we kind of have to if we're gonna have Carbuncle's help. sorry to bother you again, but I needed to talk with Aiko here about summoner business.
I don't remember you from Condipte.
Oh, I'm not from Condipite. I'm a practitioner of summoning.
Oh, good. Means I haven't stolen from you.
What?
Nothing. What's this about summoning business? You don't look like a summoner.
Well, I'm not. I'm a practitioner, as well as with the sisters Verlis and Allie over there.
Hello.
It takes 3 of us to do what you can do naturally because of your heritage.
I always say I got good genes. She then, like, flaps down her shorts.
We've gotten ourselves into pacts with both Ramu and Ifrit, but we had also talked with Carbuncle. But I know he's bound to you. And as we've already told you, there's likely to be a dangerous situation at the inauguration in a day. My request would be that you allow us to use Carbuncle that day, as it'll require all 3 summons in order to face off against what is likely to attack.
Okay, roll me 2 diplomacies. The first one will be for her believing you about what's going on, and the second one is for her to not be using Carbuncle.
Okay. Let's see here. I have the +2 for neutrality.
And make
Here
with the +8.
No, I have no charisma. Those things stuff.
Right roll.
Pew! Yes, that's pretty good. For one. Number 2, come on. Number 2.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
She seems a bit iffy on the whole situation, but from the way you speak and like the information you give, she understands that you have some ability to summon, and she says she can give Carbuncle a rest for a day for you.
I bow very heavily. Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated.
Anything else I can do for you?
The attack that we speak of, it's meant to cause you and or Garnet to summon Alexander. That is our greatest fear.
How'd you know the attack's gonna happen?
We have our sources.
Thank you.
It's really difficult to explain, and it's just easier to like warn people that it's gonna happen than to explain why we know. You know?
That seems a bit secretive, but okay. Muggles I normally trust you. Just don't trust them with letters.
Can't really comment on that because I'm not a post-mogul myself, but hey.
Half the ones I've come across shouldn't be called post-Muggles. They're late with half their deliveries.
Oh, I suppose I should ask, do any of you 3 intend on going to the inauguration?
Not invited.
Really?
You know, the whole business with, then kind of like blushes a little as she looks over to Zidane. Oh yeah, that business with kidnapping. But might not be too welcome, but you know, I'll make my way.
Gotcha. Well, we'll be sending 3 of our own to the inauguration as well. To hopefully be able to protect Garnet from any sort of outside attack.
Yeah, but Mission Front, tell us about that.
Oh, good. Well, in case we see you, in case they see you, we'll at least be on the same side. I don't know, does anybody else have anything to ask or offer?
No, not really. But enough to say to Zane either.
Just get the warning to Garnet, and that should help a lot.
Alright. Well then, I guess best of luck. Alright, let's figure out this airship business.
They'll go up after you finish talking with them.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Thank you.
Did you want to head straight back to Limblum?
I think so.
We already fit the engineering, didn't we?
Yeah, the engine's already fitted in.
Yeah, we just didn't want to fly it yet because we didn't want to like let everybody know that we actually have a working airship.
Oh,
Well,
best idea.
there's some upgrades you could do to the airship beforehand. There's also
Ooh.
rules.
Can we paint some racing stripes on it?
Sure.
I
I'll
bet
give
it's
you
so much
a
faster.
1% speed increase.
Yeah.
But rounded down, that means nothing.
Oh.
You came here on the time ship, so you can just teleport back if you want.
Yeah, if everybody's good with that, unless you need to do any shopping.
The only thing I can think of is check the auction again if we get lucky with the gems, but that's it.
Gotcha. That would be
But-
I mean, I don't think we have the time to bond with another one and do something with the airship or whatever.
We have 2 days.
You have today and
Yeah.
tomorrow to do what you
Well,
want.
Gotcha. How long does it take to fly the airship if we were to use the airship to go to Alexandria?
Pretty much a full day.
Gotcha. And I'd like time to set up for the summoning jazz for Alexandria. So the sooner we could get out there and prep up.
User joined your channel.
I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm gonna heat up
Yeah,
my coffee
that's-
real quick.
that was the only thing I can think of, so we can go back to Lindblom as well.
Cool.
Alright, do you want to just head straight onto the airship? The buckshot?
The what shot?
Yeah?
The airship is called the buckshot.
Why is it called that?
Because plenty of airships are named after eidolons, ammunition types, or weapons. So this is called a buckshot.
Always been good with that.
Alrighty.
And yeah, it's been called the buckshot since the beginning of the campaign.
Let's go then.
Alright. Welcome to the airship map. Whoa, airship. Okay, in the top left of the screen, you have your airship, the buckshot. It is 15 foot in width, around that, and then 75 foot from the aft to the bow. If you use the ruler, it is in 30-foot increments because Airship combat is done in 30-foot squares.
Airship combat? Oh,
Yes,
joy.
there's airship combat. There's rules for fighting in the air. And I shall now give you the buckshot character sheet.
Please tell me everyone else can see this sheet.
Yes.
Okay, that's alright.
Okay. Here is your buckshot.
Ooh.
It is a colossal air vehicle, not a water vehicle. I should have changed that. Okay, it's a colossal air vehicle and has ornamentation there, so 15 by 75 foot. And you know its approximate value is 50,000 gold. Yes. Ships have a very low AC just because of the size of them. However, that AC changes depending on what you're using, because there's different types of weapons, but we'll get into that later. Hardness basically reduces all damage unless you're using magic or siege weaponry. HP is a lot, but that'll go down very quickly in combat. And then the base save is just a +5. Yes, you can.
Okay.
The airship itself has a max speed of 120 foot, but you don't go that just from 0. Every round, you can accelerate to an amount that your acceleration allows. So this ship can accelerate at 30 foot per round. And if you do not change that, 3 rounds, you will move at the speed you're going. So round 1, you speed up to 30, then round 2, you continue going 30 unless you want to speed down or speed up. The buckshot comes with 2 light ballistas already installed on the bow of the ship on both the port and starboard side. Since these are siege weapons, you need to have siege weapons feat or exotic weapons, which allows you to use one type of siege weapons. If you don't have that, you'll take a -4. However, siege weapons do a lot of damage because that does 3d8, and they have a much longer range than other weapons. The light ballistas is pretty much the bare bones of siege weaponry. And I've got all the rules down below, but crew basically means the amount of people needed to operate a siege weapon at max capacity as such. So the ballista only needs 1 crew. The aim is how many full round actions it takes to aim the weapon at your target. So since it's 0, you can do it just with no action needed. The loads, again, is how many full round actions it takes to reload or just load from empty a weapon. And since this has a crew of 1, you could essentially have 3 crew members working on the same ballista, and you can all supply an action or full round action. So 2 crew members can supply a full round action each. That means you've reloaded the weapon in 1 round. And then the 3rd member can shoot it in the same round. And the buckshot has space on the deck for 6 large weapons. Instead, you can have 4 huge ones, or 2, I think it's gargantuan ones. Once these are put in and you're fighting, they cannot be swiveled just because of the size and how they are planted into the ship itself. Outside of combat, you can move them around how you like. You can ram with the front of the ship, but ramming will do half the damage to your ship until you buy an actual ram attachment. Then there's a load of stuff down below on what checks you'll need. And I have not changed the driving checks. Where I changed those? Yeah, that should be none, because it is...
Intimidate while row, profession sailor. We're going sailing, boys.
Okay, there's no check for flying this because it's just an engine. Normally, if you have oars and sails, you need to adjust those, but this is technically magic, so you don't need to do as much of work for that. And the driving space is basically where your engine lies, and if you look into the bottom of your ship, or the below deck, there is 2 parts of the engine around pretty much one of the what are they called? The long columns of wood that go into the sky normally hold up the sails.
Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And these are the eight squares. The mast. Yeah, these are the 8 squares of technically what your engine is. If these 8 squares are damaged in any way, that does damage to your engine. Obviously, you can see the ship has 2 decks, the top deck and below deck. It can hold up to 30 tons of cargo, or 100 passengers. You really want to jam-pack people on the both decks, that is. And just for quick ease, 2,000 pounds is 1 ton, so this ship can carry 60,000 pounds.
Basically, this ship can carry anything we want.
Yes. You've already used around 10,000 pounds though from what's already on it. And if you go down below, there's the rules and how to use siege weapons, how turns
I
work.
got
During...
really confused then.
What?
I saw a Stalactio coin, I'm just like, the last one? And I'm
No,
like, oh, no, we
that's the
haven't
one you've
already
already
built a ship.
Down below there's rules for how to use siege weapons, how turns work during combat, the damage to HP, and ramming other ships. Currently your ship just has 2 ballistas and 40 light ballista bolts, but you can outfit it with different or more things.
Okay. I've got all but one thing. Well, it's not one thing, but just one little sentence to say. I'm the captain now.
One thing I'll suggest is you want to buy a ram.
Okay.
Because without an
Where
actual
would we get that?
You can just buy them from the. You can have them bought and installed from the shipyards here. They can just move over to where you are and install it.
Okay. How much does one of them cost?
I had it, but now it's disappeared.
Cheaper than
Okay.
it used to because they're out of jobs.
Huh?
Cheaper than it used to because they're all out of jobs, so they're probably the first customer they've had in a while.
Yeah.
Cheap.
Okay, you can have a ram installed, which will increase the ramming damage by another 2d8, so you'll go up to 10. And the price changes for the size of the ship. This is a colossal ship, so it will cost you 1,000 gil.
Okay. What do you think, guys? Get it now?
Yeah.
What was the
Why
price
not?
again? So I can just quickly look at
1,000.
the inventory. 1,000 gil.
Yes, 1,000.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm the captain of this ship. I'll buy it now with my own money. I'll make the first installment.
Okay, so just remember, whenever you do the ramming action, you do not take damage.
What other upgrades can we get for this thing?
Okay. Besides that, you can also buy different types of siege weaponry. However, anything more than what you've got is going to require more crew. I can get the link for this, hopefully. Okay, you can go to that link and just scroll down to the second table after that link, and there's a list of the different siege weapons. The Ballista Light only requires 1 crew, and that is a direct fire, so that will just attack what you're shooting at. You then have catapults, which are indirect fire, which are a lot harder to hit, but they become easier to hit with each successive shot after the first one. And they have a bit of a further range, but they have a minimum range. The catapults, you can only shoot them as long as the target is between 50 foot and above. However, they take more crew and they take more actions to reload, but it does more damage and such.
Okay.
If you don't want to change the armaments on the ship itself, you can replace or improve them. Any siege weapon can become masterwork, and you can also enchant them just like weapons, but at double the cost. Should be rules on this as well. I might have done it on the ship combat. Yeah, I can't do control F on here, I'll just make circles.
What do you think, guys? Do we want any of the siege equipment?
I was just thinking if we maybe get like two heavy ballistas or something. But at the time, two more ballistas or whatever. Then the two was already on it. If you upgrade them, like magically enchant them, I was thinking we also got a 19 to 20 crit range. If you get improved crit, what is that? What's the enchantment on that? Let's find it now. Sorry.
Okay, there you go. I swear I have it somewhere on here. But it's Masterwork Siege Weapon, it's 300 gil, and then magic enchantments cost double the price. And during combat, you can enchant these just like weapons. So if you have a spell that gives a weapon plus 2d4 fire, it works on the siege weapon as well.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking why not then get Keen, because it's only a +1 enchantment, and then make the crit range doubled. As well as there's another +1 where you do like a shitload of damage if you crit.
I'm not sure if you could put Keen on ranged weapons.
Yeah.
That's melee weapons. Yeah, Keen is just melee weapons.
Oh, how rude. Never mind. But I mean, but say if the arrow was... Oh no, that's a crit one. That's why I wanted it, because the crit thing at least it burning as well.
Yeah.
Then you could put the thing on fire.
I'm on board with what you guys want to do, but I am broke.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say I haven't got a lot of money.
Gonna come back this week. Well, it's best to get the upgrades whilst we've got downtime on it, but has anyone got any money at all? So I don't want to say that and take
I mean, like,
everything.
I have got over, like, I think I got like 7,000 gills, so
I've got nearly 4,000.
it's like I have that, but that is literally all I have.
Well, is there any way we could upgrade
I
the
still have a lot.
defenses around the engine room?
Oh yeah, of course, Mega's still got a lot.
I mean, yeah,
Mega never spends her money.
Because if the engine gets damaged, we're kind of fucked, so is there any way we could upgrade this?
I'm just like thinking like how much we actually do want to spend on the upgrades, because currently we have the only working airship on this continent.
I was gonna say that's true.
Yeah, but what's stopping
Like, do we
anyone
really
from
want to make like
firing at
a
it?
I was gonna say, yeah, what is
full-blown
stopping
man-o-war
from
or
like people on the ground just shooting at it?
We have the only one working, so people might get scared by it.
You can also be attacked by flying creatures.
That as well.
New creatures for Mackie to claim? Oh, it's a whole new type there,
The
Mackie.
whole
world.
new world.
As far as upgrading goes, there aren't too many rules on upgrading the airship itself. It's either buy a new one or use magic.
So there's no like you can't put like metal plating on anywhere. To give it at least a bit more hardness
Not
in
that
certain
not
areas.
that I could easily find. No.
Right, we'll just buy a lot of beds and put them around the engine so they don't take damage.
Well, if you look into the inventory of the workshop, because you can go to the item list, there's a long list of items that it already has. You already have 14 beds and 18 hammocks.
Around the engine. I'll probably catch fire. Never mind.
And currently the ship itself has 5,762 pounds. That's including all of you in it. So it still has 55,000 pounds worth of weight to go. That's without the fuel, because I don't know how much you bought last time.
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days.
Okay, so that's another 200 pounds, because it's 20 pounds per day of fuel. And it doesn't say it here. Yeah, I'll give you the ship combat rules as well. It's a long read, but this is the one I've shortened down. Okay, so here's the rules on ship combat when it gets to it. I've noted there for magic, if a spell notes a weapon, you can use it on the siege engines. However, there are spells that specifically target siege engines. I'm not too sure how many there are in FFD20 though, because you might not have converted them all. Damaging spells can still affect the ship and monsters in flight, as well as you can also buff your allies. And I'm also lifting the rule on one summon per character if you're using them to pretty much staff your ship. But they have to have intelligence of 3 to be able to count as crew. 3 or higher.
Ah.
What if somebody took the leadership feat? Do you use the followers as a team
Yes.
members?
If you take the leadership feat, you can use your cohort and followers to staff your ship.
Rikishi is pretty famous. I bet you can get some followers.
Yeah, Rikishi would have the famous modifier for leadership, so he would get additional followers and cohort.
Ooh.
Yeah, take leadership.
Hey, come on! I've already got bloody feats. I'm trying to save 4.
Also, Jack and anyone who wants to specialize in ship combat and airships, there is a ton of feats for it. If you scroll down to
Can
where
I have
I've
extra
got...
feats, please?
No. If you scroll down, I've got like page break lines where it's got all the in-depth rules of what actions you can take, and I know Steel and G will not
so
like
much reading.
Yeah, it is a lot of reading.
So
They
glad I'm
give,
not a captain.
they give you so much, but it's mostly going to be Jack doing a lot of it, because a lot of it is determinant on the pilot/captain.
Okay, my first command as captain is I request a gold to read upon all the rules and give me a small briefing.
Alright, let's see what we got.
Oh, how about the fact that if
Wow,
you
what a
remember,
captain! What a
hold on,
captain!
if you remember,
I'll pay ya.
how many airships were there before you lot killed the tree? Right? So how many
Done.
how many ex-captains out there do you think there is? Why don't we just go hire someone? It won't be that expensive because they ain't got a job.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Go hire somebody who used to fly a bloody airship.
What would you do with them?
Make them fly this one.
Absolutely not!
Just looking at Jack's skills, don't do that. Jack is like 2 to 3 times better than other pilots.
Yeah, but I'm guessing other pilots
See,
might have
I
the
had
feats.
3 years practice, thank you very much.
I'm just thinking like other people might have feats to help us.
The feats are mostly centered on piloting as well as using the siege weapons. I think there's like 5 separate feats for siege weapons if you want to look those up.
So we could look for old crew members who could use the siege weapons better than us lot.
They will be expensive to hire.
But they?
Yeah.
They ain't got
Because
any
they
work.
are highly specialized people if you're getting them for their feats.
I'm just thinking more of like the economy, like they've got no other job. There'll be so many of them. They're all fighting for the same job. But look at how many people are out of work now, but airships don't work.
Always roll diplomacy to make them see your way of things. Also, to gold, I like your wisdom. You've now decrypted the 3 or 4 pages of text.
Yep, got it.
Well, that's just something to think about. Like, we could literally go around looking for people who used to fly these things, or used to at least crew them. Roll a good diplomacy, get Meg's violin out, get him for cheap.
You just want to hire a crew?
Well,
probably not a bad idea.
Exactly. They'll be a hell of a lot better on the siege weapons than we will be.
My wisdom tells me Mackie's got a good plan.
Well, you've got the stats of the buckshot, so you know how many people you can field.
Okay, so we'll find pilots. They won't pilot my ship. I'm the captain. They can do the siege weapons.
You can pilot. We don't need to find pilots. We need to find old crew members.
Oh, okay.
Siege people.
Yeah, siege weapon people.
Yeah, you just need people to operate siege weapons, because you have an airship that's not a technical crew, because the airship flies itself besides the pilot.
Isn't the best place to start looking like the airship docks and stuff?
So it's asking Defran, who used to fly this thing and was in the army, so he would know people. He would have contacts. He might know much better people than we would find.
If like Zeran is comfortable with us just hiring people, because it's technically still the guild's ship.
Yes.
It's not our ship.
Duran has allowed you free use of the ship as long as you don't destroy it or like put your own symbols on it. Like you can hire
Varellis.
if you want.
Say what now? Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Don't put your own symbols on it.
Sweet.
No racing stripes. Is what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
So, and Defran will have more contacts than us in this field, so he might be able to get better crew members than we'll find.
By the time he gets crew, you'd be having to travel to Alexandria.
We don't want to use this to get to Alexandria, do we?
If you want it to be there during the inauguration, you will.
Why would we want that?
Well, DeGold said he wanted it.
Why?
Sorry, what did I say I wanted?
Didn't you say you wanted to have the airship near Alexandria when the inauguration is happening?
Oh, but, no, we don't need it for that.
I don't think we should.
Yeah, as long as we get there, I just want to get there beforehand so we can find
We've got
a
the
safe
time
spot
to get guys there.
Because we need to find a spot where me, Allie, and Varellis can not be interrupted and prep our summoning stuff.
How far away are you going to be for that, though?
I don't know.
It don't matter, we can literally teleport into town.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Let's just hope the 1d100 is a bit nice to you.
Aha!
Right, so what we're doing now then?
Another off-screen death?
But if you want to have stuff installed, you can purchase them now if you want. So if you wanted to get all the siege equipment, you can buy that now and have it all installed whilst you're doing other things.
I'd say at least we upgrade the weapons we have now, because how many monsters has damage reduction magic?
True.
At least getting a +1 on it to begin with is something.
Yeah, sure.
I have no money, I'm just doing ideas out there. That's up to you lot.
I mean, I'm happy to pitch in if someone else does the math.
So +1's only 2,000, so it'd be 4,000 each weapon.
Don't we have to make the masterwork first?
Yeah, you have to make the masterwork first.
Like 300 normally to make it masterwork?
Yes, yeah, it's 300 gil to make the siege weapons masterwork.
So 4,300 per thing.
Firing these things takes the shooter's bonuses, so it might be best to have crew basically work the machines and load them, but have one of you shoot it. because since you're the player
Can we have
characters, you're
Kutas join
ranged.
the crew?
No,
Oh.
because
Why is that?
Kutas is a character, is a player character, and if he's not here doing it, there's no real way for you
Not
to price
anymore,
him.
he's not.
Yeah,
It's your
so
husband. He's helping his man out.
Exactly.
he's painting the house for the baby.
He wants to spend more time.
I put my hand to the sky. Do you see this ring?
And Jack,
I like how you accept him as your husband when you can use
Yeah,
it
yeah,
for
yeah.
your own ends.
Exactly.
Jack, I'm not that bad with range. I have plus 20.
Okay, no, I take it back. Puts hands down.
Like, I can fire these things pretty well. Yeah, I get a
I can
minus.
literally imagine
That's
Mackie
decent
just
range.
sitting on the top with the little trigger, just going woo.
Riding one of the arrows into the beast.
Yeah.
Right, I'll handle all the big ones, so that's fine. But yeah, are you all chipping in to get a +1 on each of these?
Yeah.
4,000.
Are you sticking with the light ballistas?
I mean, I think the light ballistas might be the best option, to be fair.
Maybe.
I mean, what? The heavy ballistas, an extra dice, however,
They're huge. You're gonna get 4 of them.
and it's a lot longer to get them firing.
Well, it takes more crew.
Yeah. Literally, the lights need 3. The heavy needs 7.
What? Where are you getting 7 from?
Well, crew 3, aim 2, load 2.
Oh yeah, for aim. Why are you getting 7 from?
3, 2, 2.
No, crew is the amount of people. Aim and load are the amount of turns.
But
You
the
can
amount
have
of people-
3 crew. 2 of them do the aim. 1 of them does a load. Then you've done 3 of your actions. Next turn, you can load and then fire.
So the light ballista, you can only have 1 crew member on it.
No, you can have more than that. There's rules on the bookshop.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
Yeah,
7 crew
you can
members.
overstaff them if you want.
Yeah, so 7 crew members on a heavy ballista would make it a 1-round thing.
Yeah, you don't need 5.
5 then.
Because it's 2 for aiming, 2 for loading, then 1 to fire.
Yeah. 3 on my light. Oh, that's not as bad then. And it's got a higher range. What's a fire drake? Is that just another type?
I'm not paying for a fire drake.
It says on this page what each of these things are. The Fire Drake is an apparatus that shoots alchemist fire out its mouth in a 60-foot line or 30-foot cone.
It's just like a cannon type thing.
Yeah. But no,
A mounted breath weapon.
think of in Mulan when they have those like dragon-faced fireworks. Fire comes out one end. It's a flamethrower.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a flamethrower.
I like it.
And if you can catch fire to a ship, it takes damage every turn.
That's why I wanted the whole
Why
keen and
doesn't it
the
have a
thing.
range? Is my
It does, in the explanation, because it's either a 60-foot
Oh, okay.
line or a 30-foot cone.
got it.
Do
Oh,
fire
that's
spells have a
really
chance of
good.
burning ships?
Yeah, that's really bad.
What?
What do you say, Alex?
Do fire spells have a chance of burning ships? Like, can you use a fire spell
Only if
to
it
actually...
says so. Instantaneous fire spells have a very low chance.
Oh, okay.
That's why I wanted the whole crit thing, because the enchantments what say that it does damage if you crit also catch things on fire. They do like explosion damage.
Also, depending on how the combat works, you might not be in range to even use your spells.
That's
Sure.
true.
That's
Yeah,
why
I say we
the
just-
siege weapons are best, because they have a lot longer range, and they have range increments rather than spells just having a set range.
as it stands now, for 9,600, we could get 2 more light ballisted. What a +1 magic. You lot wanted to do that. That way, each of us could mount one each, and then get 2 crew members on. Anyone agree, or?
Sure.
I mean, possibly. I don't know. Like, realistically, I feel like if we're in battle on a ship, I generally get thrown into healing mode, so I don't know that I'd be a reliable fire shooter person.
Well, we could always get crew members for that one of the ballista.
Yeah.
Also, you can buff allies so you can increase their damage.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
so-
you have water spells, don't you? So if there is fires, you can be the extinguisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got so many jobs now, I'm like, I won't reliably be able to be the person to fire ballistas.
Well, Mackie's definitely someone to fire. I think he's got the highest range out of us all.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
And Meg and Barella's both have decent, don't you?
Yeah, I can't remember what mine.
And you have got that spell will give you +20 to your next ranged attack.
Yeah.
That alone makes you valuable on a ballista.
I got +17 on my range.
My range
However,
is
you
8.
will be taking
It's alright.
a -6 Nogmeg.
Well, okay, then.
Because,
There's that.
you'd be taking a -10 actually. You take a -2 for every size category difference you have from the weapon, and -4 because you're not proficient.
I would have +7 on my range.
So I'd take a -10 as well.
Do have access to damage buffing songs and probably attack buffing as well.
Oh no, so you'd have a -8, so 2 better.
It's
Everybody,
something.
everybody else would take a -6 unless
Except for
you're large.
Mackie as well.
And Mackie, do you have exotic weapon proficiency?
Oh,
Then you'd also be taking the
Mackie's
-8.
is only simple.
I got simple and some few very specific weapons.
I can always retrain. I think we've been through this and I can retrain, haven't I?
Yeah. But like you've seen, AC is very low, so
Yeah.
generally it's easy to hit unless you're hitting something, unless you're hitting an actual creature.
In that case, I just pull my bow out. But I don't even have a bow anymore. Damn it.
Throw your dagger at him.
Yeah.
Now, if you're worried about damage reduction from materials, you can also get different material ballista bolts. Right now, you just have 40 normal steel bolts.
So how much do these cost as well?
10 gold per. Not 10
Yeah.
gold per, sorry.
Then
That's
you got,
10
like,
weight per.
Adamantine and will cost a hell of a lot more.
It costs 10 gil each. And for weapon materials, it's just a added onto what is already there. Actually, I'll find it for you.
There's no enlarged person or in this game, is there?
There are similar things. If you want to make an adamantine bolt, you add on 60 gil, so it'd be 70 gil per ballista bolt. However, since these are bolts you're shooting off in a distance, it's going to be a very, very slim chance you're going to get them back.
Yeah.
What's Stu typing away at?
You hear that? I'm like, I'm so far away.
Anyway,
Right on plans and rules.
He's
I
following
was
his
assigned a
captain's
job.
orders, of course.
are we buying these two ballistas then?
I can buy one.
I can buy the other.
There we go then.
Do you want to keep the two you already have and add these two as extras?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, do you want one on the port and one on the starboard?
Yeah, split them all up.
So
Alright.
poor.
You have you have room for two more large siege weapons if you want them.
Yeah, I think that'll be good for now.
I'm ready to fly.
Oh, not flying anytime soon.
Oh. Okay, well let's hurry up with the Alexandria stuff so I can fly. Get
Well-
rid of the port starboard. It's left or right.
You're not a very good captain, are you?
Yeah, no.
I'm joking.
Like, I learned all these directions for the Starfinder campaign, and then nobody understood what I meant.
Which way's port and which way starboard? Yes,
Left.
yeah. I wasn't looking at the screen.
Basically, if you're looking towards the front of the ship, port is on your left.
Yeah.
The front of the ship's called the bow. Let me just add in your new weapon. I need to actually put some.
You know how Queen Alexandria used cannon to launch a bomb? We get the same
Yes.
weapon.
Oh, Jesus.
You could from Alexandria.
Yeah.
That'd be quite nice.
However, you'd also need to get the bomb cores.
We can get those.
Oh, we haven't any missed anymore.
We can't get those. We're sure in a pawn shop somewhere we could buy some.
Alright, are you all done doing stuff at the bookshop?
Yeah.
Alright. So you're getting all this stuff installed today and buying it all. Do you want to do anything for the rest of the day? You said you wanted to do the Trino auction house? Or do you not have enough money now?
Let's fly to Trino. What? Oh, no? Okay.
So, I mean, is
When
it worth it if we don't have the time for it to prepare
Yeah,
the
we don't have time
Yeah.
to prepare for it.
summons
Yeah,
anyway?
no.
Then,
And we barely have any money as it is.
Yeah.
well,
Let's just take a lazy day.
I would like to find a safe place
Oh my
to
god,
summon.
we can actually do some of the hunts now. Oh, I'm so excited.
What are you talking about? Oh, with the ship?
Yeah, you can
Like the
travel
very top.
to summer places.
I was like,
Oh my
we don't
God,
have
all the-
time for hunts.
The choco graphs we could never get.
Yes, it's finally time to get them.
Still can't get.
Let's hurry up and get Alexandria finished.
We need rope so we can get off this thing at a height.
Need a ladder. I don't want
And
a
can this
rope.
thing just like stay
Be
still?
Larry.
Yeah.
No, yeah, come on, Q-Taz, give me Larry. Let me borrow him.
What do you ask, Fish?
Can this thing just like stay in the air?
It can. Gonna cost
We'll be
fuel,
using
but
fuel.
yeah.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine.
Oh, what about the choco graphs?
Oh, okay. I guess we're resting for a day then?
No, we should go. if we can go to Alexandria, we need to find a spot for
Yeah, let's go
Morales.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
Huge
need a
time
safe
to
place to
Get
summon.
there.
Sea lion!
Why are we
DVR.
retarded?
Two of
Lion.
them! Chocobos! 2 of them! Is there anything else on the map yet?
Do you love me, brother?
Oh no, those are the only drawings. Top right looks a little empty there, G.
For God's sake.
Like, had time. I haven't spent that much time
Just
on the world map
ruining it.
recently.
You're just adding to the beauty of Aiden's map. Make it look better.
You mean you guys keep talking and I get bored?
Where do you want to go? You want to go to scout out places in Alexandria?
Yeah.
Well, I mean around it, since I know we can't go into the city to summon. So, like,
Yeah.
Go on like Alexandria Plateau or something.
Well, the time ship can only teleport to the Alexandrian Plateau anyway.
Yeah, so that's fine.
What is it? Mackie, you're probably the best at scouting out a region, finding a safe one for us.
Roger. Survival R.
Yeah, survival.
Oh.
Guide us.
R.
Wisdom bonus. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, if you scout around enough, you'll find a good, flat and clean area for the summoners to do their work.
Over here.
It's around 1 hour travel by Chocobo.
That ain't bad.
How fast can these bloody Aidon's moves?
Doing the what now?
How fast can our summons move? Because we can't exactly teleport them into Alexandria when shit goes down.
They fly at a determinate speed you don't know of.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're going to summon. Like, we know when the inauguration is happening, so
Yeah.
we're gonna summon them like. We're gonna start summoning the hour before. Like maybe a little bit more, like an hour and a
Yeah,
half
'cause
before.
If it's an hour,
Aurelius,
Yes.
roll me knowledge, history if you got it.
Haven't got
Knowledge, remember what the fuck is about to happen.
Yeah. You have knowledge history?
it. I don't have knowledge history.
Or intelligence?
I'll say.
I'll say. Could make myself re-roll that. It's only a 4.
That's
Sure.
only a 4.
It's a d20, you can re-roll it.
Well, how the fuck do you have +9?
He's a spellcaster that uses intelligence.
Yeah.
You want to re-roll again?
No, that's with +8, so it'd be 23.
You're sticking with that?
I'll do it one more time.
I need to confirm.
There we go.
There we go.
Do you want that one?
I want that one.
You sure?
Yes.
You could get it higher. Alright.
I think that's reasonable.
So, you pick your brain apart for the time that it happens within your time zone, and you basically give to Gold a range of hours that Kucha attacked. So you can closely summon when you want. If you want it to be an hour before he attacks or 2 hours, that's up to you.
Well, that's the thing though. If the Chocobo takes an hour to get to where you're summoning them,
Right.
and I'm gonna assume we can't summon both of them at the same time.
You have 3, and yes, you can.
Oh, just bring them all out.
All it needs is the goal to create the summoning circles, do a few chants, and then the 3 separate summoners stay on the summoning circles they're putting their mana into.
Alright.
Do we get ether breaks?
No. It's 1 hour uninterrupted calling. If you want to do drugs, do that before or afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see here.
And that's what I mean.
Between-
It takes a chocobo an hour to get there to Alexandria. You might need a bit more time than an hour before the inauguration.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so it takes an hour to summon. So
To call.
we have to call, right? Yeah. So we've got that hour to take into account. And if it takes an hour to get to Alexandria,
Do we have enough MP to summon all three at the same time?
Nope.
Do you?
we should. Let's see.
You all have over like 80? Well, you all need like 90.
I'll go to my. Let's see. I have.
I think me and Dagord are over 100 each. I think Ali's like 60, maybe 80.
I don't know anymore. Total. I have 87.
Oh, I thought yours was over 100.
So
Have
87.
you recalculated your MP bonus from items? I don't know if your intelligence has increased or whatever ability modifier you use.
It took a hit because I had to switch out one of the things that gave me a bigger bonus to intelligence.
Oh crap, yeah, I've got more MP than I thought I did. I haven't included the bonus from the headband.
Oh,
Oh, good.
so you have how many? You all 86, 85.
There is the link to work out your bonus MP. It's by your
Good.
spell level. Speaking of which, I might need to adjust Ali's because I did hers in the old one. Ali, can you do fourth? Yes, can you do fifth? No.
Let's take a look. See here.
4.
And what level are we now? I can't remember anymore.
Well,
We're level 12, aren't we?
yes.
I've already fixed Ali's, so that's fine.
Oh, it's not based on level anymore. It's based on spell level.
Yeah, it's
right?
based on spell level. It's just so that it works with half casters because the old one didn't.
Right.
Oh, they've changed it now, have they?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so 20 bow.
Alright, Ali is correct. She has 72. So Ali cannot summon anything.
On her, on her own.
Well, she can't call anything, I should say. And yeah, on her own.
Alright, so what do you got? What does Virelis have?
I'm just working it out now.
Okay.
But you need 288.
Wait, I'm confused now.
Wait, confused.
Oh no, I think I got it. Mine would be plus 44 then, because we can cast. Oh, 37, yeah.
Nope, you can't do it.
Well, we can't summon them all at once, no.
That's why I was asking for ether breaks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. For one of them.
I'd say you leave Ifrit to last.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So we're gonna have
Probably a
to
good idea.
spend. Oh, it's 1 hour for each of them, right? Isn't that?
So you
yes,
can do two at once.
It is 1 hour per calling, but you can set them up so you can do them all at once.
Gotcha.
Ah,
Alright, so we're gonna need 2 hours then.
that for the first two,
Yeah.
and that's 61 each.
Yeah. 61 each, and someone has to do 62.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here.
How long have we been out of combat for? Since this morning?
We haven't been in combat.
You haven't been in combat.
Does that mean Clear Mind will still be active?
Yeah, we've been.
Should be full.
How many hours would that have been?
If you're not fighting for the rest of the day, just put yourself to max.
Yay.
Buster, do you have any plus to your intelligence at all?
I do. That's.
Alright, never mind.
Does Ali
Does Ali what?
Have
have any bonus to an intelligence from an item?
Don't know. She might be getting +2 from a robe.
Her robe is +4, so yes, she is. So she can't really be boosted any higher.
Yeah, not enough to make the difference.
Oh, she's also got.
She has MP +10%.
Yeah, I just noticed that myself.
I know I've already had it in MISC 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just already had it in.
So we should probably summon about 3 hours prior to.
How much time are you giving for traveling then? An hour?
Yeah, that would give the summons an hour to get to Alexandria.
Yeah, should be okay. I guess.
I don't remember how long those stay summoned for. Is this a call-in then, not a summon?
They
Oh,
are
dear.
calling, yes.
Yeah.
They last for all day.
For as long as they want.
Yeah, as long as they want.
Cool.
I mean technically, an Eidolon doesn't want to just stick around for the whole day, so they might just go home at the end of it,
What if they're expecting battle? They might stick around longer.
or less. They have a go home free teleport, so they can go home whenever they want.
Okay. So, and Varelus, you're fairly certain about your timeline?
Yes.
Okay.
3 hours before he attacks.
Do you want to stock up on ethers and such beforehand or not?
I think I have ethers. Do we have
Yeah,
elixirs?
there's probably loads in the party.
Yeah, let's just make sure. I've got a buttload of of ethers. I don't have an elixir. I don't think.
There you go. I have 3 of each. Not everybody else has some because we spread a load around.
6 ethers and 3 elixirs.
All right.
I got 1 ether.
I type it in so we know, so we don't forget.
Okay. Oh, that's it. I got 1 ether.
Yeah. Jack,
Hello.
how many ethers or elixirs do you have?
That many.
Why'd you guys give me these things?
What do you mean?
You have items in your inventory when you're not here, so you might have stuff you don't remember.
Yeah, I was given items that deal magic damage. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
got
good with
loads. No, we got loads. We just wear them apart.
these. Okay.
We got
The
a lot of
water
water
ones?
gems. Yeah.
Yeah, we need those to point out the fire.
Oh yeah, the water stuff, yeah.
They,
A lot of water
because-
stuff.
Yeah,
Alexandria's
because since
gonna
you
be
weren't
in
here
flames.
to Gold, Varela basically gave you the lowdown what's happening, and there's going to be a lot of fire happening at Alexandria, so you bought a load of magical water to put it out, hopefully.
Cool. Cool.
I suggested Leviathan, but nobody was in on that.
No.
Yeah, for some reason. We weren't really on board with that idea.
If you wanna buy additional stuff, I can roll to see how many of these there are in stock if you have enough.
Oh wow. Why have we... Oh, then again, we haven't really bought any of these ethers, we've just found them pretty much.
You bought a few ethers because you gave them over to
Oh yeah.
Gaiden to figure out how to make them. But you don't normally buy these because you find a lot of them.
I mean, the high ones and the X ones are a lot better. A lot worth money as well.
All of my ethers are modified, so they're stronger than the standard. If me, Varellis, and Allie could all have one elixir to work with on top of... I mean, I don't need any extra ethers at this point.
Well, I'll give Varellis 2 elixirs and 3 ethers, and give Ali the elixir. I'll give them 1 each actually, because then I want to keep one just in case.
Type it in chat, please.
So, Nogmeg, may I have one of yours?
Yep. Of course.
Thank you. What, and elixirs, what's the actual stat number?
25 hit
Oh,
MP
yeah,
and 50 HP.
Cool. Happy.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, I put their base statistics in the chat.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, don't ask questions that people have already answered, Stu.
There you go. Have my ethers as well.
Cheers.
Alright, thank you, gang. And then you guys are running special guard duty for the...
Can I buy like a high-pitched whistle? But only the dragon and... Well, normal people can't hear, but like the dragon and the lion tiger can.
Due to intelligence, they won't hear that.
Okay. Oh wait,
What's that have to do with intelligence?
It's to do with your brain.
I don't need that anyway. I could just tell her to come because we have like empathetic link and stuff.
I can double check. I'm pretty sure that whistle is just to do with how your brain works.
Oh, you have to train them.
Oh, it was
don't
just
you?
like physical thing about your hearing.
Yeah, you can train them as well.
Well, yeah, you have the empathetic link thing.
Yeah,
Maki,
so
so
I'm
it's
fine.
not that necessary.
Yeah, I don't need it.
And if they're together, you can just tell
Yeah.
Rish to like, hey, get
He
Ryu
should
and
have
come
it.
here.
Yeah.
Because they can communicate with each other.
Rikishi should have it with his dragon as well. Right, so
I'll allow the lion whistle, but you won't be able to find one for a dragon.
don't need it.
What's the distance on your empathic
That's what
link,
I'm checking.
though?
I'm checking it all now.
Isn't it like 30 or 60 foot?
I would look more 'cause I know that you can just like use their eyesight and stuff.
And I don't think the Dragon Knight gets that.
What? Do I have something? Is it the Beastmaster? Up to 1 mile.
That's the long link.
That's helpful.
Yeah, I don't need no whistle out.
And then Dragon McDragonface can just follow.
No. Also, any animal I've befriended, I'm sure I'm friends with a dragon.
He's not an animal.
God damn it.
He's a dragon, so no.
But I mean, if they're gonna be like they both pretty much close to each other
Yeah.
or whatever,
We'll
you can just call
tell the dragon to follow.
Attrition and the K tell Ryu to get your asses over here ASAP.
Yeah.
What's the emotional state you're gonna give to the animal to say, hey, come here?
Assume fear.
Okay. Is everybody ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, let's do this.
Just literally
Alright.
tell her to run as fast as she can to where
Can we have a break first?
Yes, I was about to say that before we start this. We're gonna have a break.
this guy.
Perfect.
So I shall be right back.
I mean, Pug of War sounds a lot more imposing than a Dog of War. So, makes sense.
Right, I'm back.
Hello.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to re-up on my coffee at this rate.
is theirs all back?
Okay, re-up my coffee again.
Yeah, I think that's everyone.
What's up? What's happening?
Is everyone back? Because it looks like everyone's back in chat.
Yep.
That looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. Right here, don't say speak.
Yeah.
That was
Jack's not here.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll
Oh,
just kill
oh
this
no.
dragon.
Cool.
Jack's right back and he refuses for that to happen.
Refuse we like. Okay. You guys want to do think before all this happens because you still have a day in prep.
I might learn a spell. Got time for it?
Yeah. Got time to learn a spell.
Don't know what we can do, to be fair.
Do we want a some sort of meeting point, or I don't know if we?
Like we said, the front gate, because that's where
Yeah,
you'd be
front gate would
teleported
be the
to.
best place for him to teleport.
The front gate, okay.
Or you lot running back in. Oh no, you're gonna run back anyway, aren't you? Job doing it about an hour before the whole thing kicks off.
Wait, we want what? What?
Didn't you plan to so you'd arrive back in the city just as it's kicking off?
Yeah, I mean we're the summons
you-
anyhow.
Yeah, so you're not teleporting anyway.
Yeah, we'd probably ride our chocobos in with the summons.
I said the stable. Well, no.
Because that puts us, what is that? That puts us at the three of us coming into the city to kind of help the civilians, and then
Yeah.
you guys are trying to stop the mass destruction. Like we're two squads trying to stop mass destruction in different ways at this point.
And we're the only ones that know it's coming.
Yep. I mean, we've tried to tell people, but they're not going to believe us until it happens. Until it's too late.
The aliens are going mad. This tinfoil hat stops them getting in my brain.
We're all wearing tinfoil hats. It's the official hats of Ensemble Heroica.
I'm down.
Get your tinfoil hats here. Ensemble Heroica edition. Yeah, I mean, does that sound okay with everybody? Party-wise, team-wise?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, our plan is anyway. It's like obviously the tiger and the dragon exactly allowed me. Place where a princess is getting ignored made or whatever the hell it is. So we're gonna have to run back to the stables or to meet. Well, the animals are gonna run to us, and then we're gonna run to them. Pretty much, and then meet up with them, and we'll come down further to meet with you two.
But what about the princess and possibly Aiko?
I don't know.
I mean, because we kind of need you guys to stop them from having to summon Alexander, one of them. So we need them to be safe. You know, that's why you guys are going to the actual inauguration. Do you think you can survive without your animals for?
Not really.
But I mean, the mages are going without a melee fighter, so like
We're pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, we're all vulnerable right now.
In Jack sure can.
I mean, if you think you can get your animals to like come to you, that's fine.
He'll listen to me, right? Looks at Ryu.
But you should keep in mind that there are guards, and they're going to be on high alert at that point, you know?
They might just get attacked.
If we get to the stables, we could... I mean, like, if by the time we get to the stables, we could probably maybe teleport them to you, or something.
Yeah.
If you...
Can you teleport two large creatures at once?
No. Be like back and forth. So it'd take like 4 or 5 turns to get them to us.
Also, I need to know the destination pretty well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's not really a thing.
Well,
You've got your stealth, like the Moogles have got their stealth they could use to try and sneak up to Princess and Eco. Try and sneak past all the guards, trying to prevent them from summoning. Jack wants to sort of support them melee-wise.
Hang on, I'll be right back.
God damn it, Jack.
Wait, what do you want before I go?
It'll be a while. Go now.
Right, I'll be right back.
I mean, I guess we could try that, but how I say it's gonna be like temporary at best because they're gonna be surrounded by guards, and even if we manage to like sneak in and stop one summoning, we're gonna get swarmed and kicked out, and then they're gonna just do it again.
yeah.
We're gonna buy like maybe 10 minutes if we're lucky. I don't know. Because
no,
if they're gonna just
no,
summon it,
The only reason they're gonna summon is if stuff goes down. They're not gonna wait. If we try to stop them, they'll just get kicked out. We'll get kicked out instantly or moved away.
Yeah.
Summon again. It won't even be
Yeah.
10 minutes. It's like a round.
not even that.
So I mean, yeah. In order for this to even feasibly work, you're just gonna have to go without your animal companions for this.
No, look, like even without the companions, we're not gonna be able to stop them summoning. Because we're not gonna be able to get close enough to her to stop her. She won't listen to us. She has no reason to, really.
I don't know.
No,
if
no,
Nogmeg can get her violin there.
Yeah, the idea is that you've
Yeah, I
got
could try
Nogmeg
to-
to run. Yeah, like you've got Nogmeg to run diplomacy. You've got 2 fighters to run protection. So the idea is to like make them feel protected enough where they aren't instigated into summoning this powerful being. I don't know
Yeah,
how to work.
Maki's not
I'm just
exactly.
saying. You've got a high BAB and lots of magical items to throw out for damage and stuff. I'm like, you're not useless without your animal companion.
And even if with that, I could try to like add to the protection. We also have some powerful animal companions if you'd allow them here.
Yeah.
That are going to be even more helpful.
That'd be perfect. We can communicate with people. What?
What?
That's insane.
You can speak?
What, are we gonna like ask the guards and
What?
stuff to let us in? For the animals?
Well, we don't need to speak the guard. We just, if we manage to get to Garnet, like
Yeah.
once shit starts going down, if we manage to like sprint and get to Garnet as soon as possible, persuade her and I go if she's there.
Yeah.
Do not summon Alexander. Whatever you do, do not summon Alexander.
I mean, me and Meg can literally run side by side, and then we won't provoke the guards. We could literally run straight past them.
Yeah. But
Actually-
yeah.
Summon a what? Who's a what? Just don't do what you're gonna do. What do you mean?
Just don't. Just okay. I know things look bad. Don't do it. It's gonna be even worse if you do it.
Oh, you want me to summon Alexander? Okay.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Like
So,
we
yeah.
will help and yeah, just don't do it.
Maybe we could pretend the animals are a gift to her, and then get on stage to present her with them.
No.
Yeah, like I don't think you're. We're not nobles. We
Yeah,
can't.
true.
And is Jack here for any of this? You hearing
Nope.
any of this? Buddy?
He'll be right
BRB.
back.
Damn it. I don't want one person to be like out of the loop and then just ruin everything. This is for Bermesia. He's a terrorist. Kill him. Oh shit.
Damn it, Drake! We had a plan.
The plan was to kill Garnet, right? That stops her summoning.
I need a plan of attack. I have a plan. Attack!
Hit them really hard.
Come on, Jack. You're killing me with the suspense, man.
Hello?
There we go.
There you are.
Okay. So we're going over the plan one more time to make sure everybody's on board and on the same page.
Okay.
So, Nogmeg, take it away.
Okay, so we get inside with our permits for the inauguration, and once shit starts going down, the idea is for me and Maki, because he helps me, to get to Garnet as fast as possible and persuade her to not summon Alexander, and that we're there to help and protect her. And hopefully at that I could persuade her to allow for our animals to get in, if the fight is in that area. But generally just to don't start killing everybody instantly. Just let me try my violin and talking.
To stop us.
And maybe slow.
Right. So the way I'm hearing this, if you got Gold, Varelis, and Ali doing all the summons, you two are gonna run off and go and help Garnet, and you're gonna leave me to basically just tank hits and don't kill anyone.
No.
No,
You're
you
gonna
cannot.
run with us.
Oh, I'm going with you.
Yeah, but me and Meg have a feat where, like, if we're running together, we don't provoke attack opportunities.
Okay, so no, this still goes back to me. I'm just gonna be tanking every single hit.
No, in all likelihood, you're not. I mean, you're going to be an audience member to the inauguration. So until Nogmeg can establish that we're on their side, don't move in. Because you're a Burmessian, and a Burmessian running at Alexandrian royalty might come off bad without context.
So you kind of just want me to chill in the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the time being.
I'll just shout out and be like, "Hey, there's two Moogles running towards the princess!"
We want you to wait until you can make the most cool, dramatic entrance that won't piss anybody off. You can jump in
okay,
then.
I'm agree with that. Cool.
Okay.
Entrance, got
I was
it.
like, I just-
That'll win.
Basically, jump from your seat onto the stage when
Oh,
me
that sounds good. I'm gonna put so many flips in.
and Meg
She just sits down and puts out a notebook and says, "Okay, I could do this flip and this
after
flip,
me
do
and Meg
12
give you the
here."
okay.
Make sure the
I'm
plan
waiting
is
like,
put
yeah,
in terms
okay,
Jack
whatever.
can
You
understand.
do your thing, I'll do my thing.
Okay, cool. Alright. And then Varelis, Ali, and I are going to be running on our chocobos into the city with the summons.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we'll be trying to help the civilian populace as we go in. So you guys are covering the royalty side, we're covering the civilian side, and hopefully we'll be able to meet up before we all die.
Sounds like a plan.
Whew, alright, I'm ready for this. You guys ready for this? I'm gonna watch that YouTube video one more time.
Yeah, we can't really be any more ready if we tried, so.
Hawks of War.
Whatever, farm animal of war, Lana.
I mean, to be fair, Hogs of War sounds more imposing than Dogs of War. Imagine this Hogs of War.
Yeah. I've
Just
seen Princess
massive
Mononoke,
amount of
I know what that
war.
means.
It just sounds better, to be honest.
And the animals are going to be in a stable, Jack. And because I have a link with my lion, I have a link with nutrition about a mile long. So I can't remember anything's name. Tell your
Ryu?
dragon, tell Ryu to follow attrition, pretty much.
I mean, I'm sure you can tell Ryu that as well.
Yeah, but
Okay.
alright, though.
Okay, Ryu, do this. Follow attrition.
Okay!
Wait, surely. Oh no, that is the right way around. I was trying to think who had the really deep voice, and that was attrition.
Yeah, the line has a deep voice.
Even though the lion is female.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why they have a deep voice.
Yeah, if any animal.
And the most intimidating animal has the high-pitched voice.
You know it!
See? It's perfect. Love it.
He's just a baby.
He's not a baby anymore.
He technically, for a real
Yeah.
dragon, he is a baby. It's just, you've given him growth hormones.
They're just popping those pills.
It's all for you, Dad!
Shut up, Irina.
Where's the non-believers?
Right, so y'all ready to probably die?
I'm so ready for this.
Yeah, he's not.
You're not the ones who have to summon up Ifrit and be like, hey, so we gotta walk for like an hour.
Hey,
Lie.
walk this way for an hour. You'll be fine.
The battleground's this way.
He's gonna hate you. There's gonna be more
He-
deaths off screen again.
Where's Shiva? I couldn't find her. I'm sorry.
Deal's off.
I
bye.
mean, the deal was if she's there.
Yeah, I did.
But like
yeah, I
she's
made
not,
sure.
so
Make sure
You
it's
know
okay.
he's not gonna like that. Maybe just don't mention it.
He's gonna punch somebody.
He
We can let him have a
is
go
going
at
to do that
Mamu.
already punched us plenty of times.
Ready for the gut punch to
Gold's
the
gonna
beard.
take the punch.
Oh, my beard!
Singed it. Come on, guys! I want to do an airship.
Alright, sorry. Alright. So 3 hours prior to this event.
So you're not going to do anything for the day and a half beforehand.
That's up to everybody else. I'm pretty
Take a nap.
much done.
Weight training.
Sharpen my spear.
That's awesome.
Max is going to do some work.
Rub Ryu's chin to warm up his breath. Oh wait, he doesn't do fire anymore.
Even though he breathes lightning.
Rubby's
Do like a little chitter chattering on his chin to make him like spark up. Give him energy.
Okay, you give him some leather boots and make him go back and forth on a rug.
You don't need leather boots, you just need socks. Generate that power, Ryu. Come on, faster.
Oh, mate. When we're running to the princess, can you quickly do haste? Or speed?
Yeah, I can.
We're slow.
I mean,
anyway.
they're gonna realize I'm playing music, but you know.
Yeah, that spell's going to be very,
Never mind.
Oh. Dugald's last preparation is that he's gonna go around hugging everybody. Whatever you do, be safe. Please be safe.
Does anybody want a final meal?
No,
Yep.
that's terrifying.
No, I assume you mean like a special one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, person that runs the chef kitchen in Limblum! Quiche, that's the one!
I assume none of them are good for me.
I'm gonna bet on the omelette. It's gonna be a good one, I know it.
Oh yeah, meals. Huh.
Yeah, that's what I meant by last meal.
Gotcha.
Last
Alright,
meal, he's gonna kill
So
everyone.
you have the omelette, which is +3 to crit confirm rolls
I
for
knew
24
the omelette
hours,
was good.
which goes down to +1 for the next 24. Cherry cluster, +2 to magic casting stats,
Oh,
and Bit Bite Rainbow, which is +2 to melee attack rolls
that's
for 24
difficult.
hours.
Do we go do I go omelette or do I go the rainbow?
Well, what's the chances of critting Jack?
Ah,
1 out of
19 or
20.
20? Yeah, I think it's 19 or 20.
Yeah, go for +2 to attack.
Alright.
Very cluster for sure.
Ryu, you're not having a rainbow.
Can someone buy me a rainbow?
You haven't, you damn me. Yeah, I'll buy you one.
Yeah.
Pity you.
Oops, I
Man.
accidentally bought you a cherry cluster instead of a rainbow. Sorry,
yeah.
Mackie.
Making me do math math again. 9, 5.
Does that mean we get more MP?
Yes, because your magic stats got up, so yes, you would get more MP.
Oh, snap.
But just remember to take it out, because it's not permanent.
Yeah.
We might have enough magic points then to do that. Now we gotta double check.
Probably will. She was only like 10 short.
Yeah. I know I get a bit. Let's see.
Needed 288 altogether.
Oh, I only get 3 more.
Oh, sorry, you needed... Yeah, you needed 288 altogether. And you was 16 short.
You need 16. If the gold only gets 3, I don't think Ali's gonna get. Perez is gonna get enough.
I'll check in a second.
Allie doesn't increase at all?
Right.
He doesn't eat.
Oh, right, gotcha.
Still living constructs, though she doesn't eat.
What about you, Varellis?
I think I get like 10 more. I'm looking at the table wrong.
Probably.
I get 8 more.
Wow, so we get 11 total.
But you're still 5 short though.
Oh, alright, okay. Dang. So close.
And yet, so far.
Alright, let's do this nonsense.
I assume you lot are going to be like giving yourself MP on your ride back.
Yeah. We have an hour to gobble up whatever we have left.
All these shit ones first.
Let the coven commence.
We have to chant.
You know it.
Oh my god, I go YP Sal.
I'll drop the 62 MP so you guys can just do 61.
Okay, so you're summoning Ramu and Carbuncle first.
Yes. Cool.
Alright, so you'll set up at your different positions with the Coven around an hour away in the Alexandrian Plateau, with the rest of the party going off into Alexandria itself as the inauguration of Garnet proceeds.
Is anything happening, or are we just moving on to summoning Ifrit?
We're doing them first because they're doing their...
Perfect. Cool. Roleplay your hearts out. I will listen.
Yeah. Okay, so you show your passes off to the nearby guards as they allow you entrance, as you set Attrition and Ryu into the stables of the local inn. And you still have 2 passes left over, so I guess you just left those at home. Make your way through the gates over that bridge, and you take a separate direction than what you took the first time, as you're no longer brought to the theatre part. You are brought to some very high stands in
Oh,
what
of
you
course
could
it would be.
what you could assume to be castle battlements on the walls and such, as you can look into a wide open courtyard. You see plenty of nobles also along these battlements, alongside guardsmen and a few black mages here and there. Down below in the courtyard, you see more prestigious nobles, mostly wearing fancy clothing, shining jewels, as well as a few individuals you might remember from the auction house. One of them seems to be wearing 4 reflect rings. As you continue to look over the courtyards, you see plenty of the Knights of Pluto, as well as the Alexandrian Spion forces, kind of marching along the sides. And in the middle, there is a large, podium of such, where one of the, what you assume to be ministers, is reading out the local blah blah royalty to speak, basically announcing what the day represents, as well as giving everyone a moment of silence for Queen Braun's death. While this is all going on, do you guys want to do anything?
No. Not what I can think of.
I
I'll try
guess lay low.
probably try shuffle closer. Like me and Meg,
Yeah.
like sneakiness. Just try push past people, get a bit closer as we can.
Well, you're currently on top of battlements. The only real closer would be jumping off into the courtyard.
Oh, we can fly.
The
So.
jumping off and flying into the courtyards. The battlements do attach around to the entrance and into the castle itself, so you could shuffle towards the castle if you wanted to. Princess Garnet is nowhere to be seen right now.
Well, I'm assuming she's gonna is there any big podium out in the middle?
Yes,
Oh.
like the podium I said there was.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that's where she's gonna end up.
Likely, yeah.
So we want the easiest route to that.
So you
Jumping
want to jump off the wall and make a scene.
No, but if it's dead
Like,
on the
regardless of flying, going off the wall is still going to be seen.
Yeah, we won't do that until stuff goes down. I'm saying we can literally jump off, start shouting, do not summon Alexander, and then get to her as quick as we can.
Assess the place and area and kind of figure out what's the fastest route there and just be ready.
Yeah.
But otherwise lay low and mingle and stuff. Like people supposedly do it. Stuff.
Yeah, the
places.
fastest way to your knowledge would be jumping off the wall, because you'd have to go across the battlements, which would take some time, because they're very long and wide.
So when stuff goes down, we can do that then.
So you can
Probably
shout,
have an element of
violin.
surprise and stuff.
By
Okay.
that time, if you shout and play your violin, I'm sure she'd notice you, and it's not that someone's seriously wrong.
I'm only gonna shout if she actually starts the summoning immediately, otherwise
yeah.
it's just point to.
Definitely.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna just shout at her if she's just looking around worried. If she actually starts doing stuff, then
Well,
maybe,
don't we
but-
know that there's someone pretty much instant for her?
Well, I mean, it still takes a gesture or something.
Yeah, summoning is a 4-round action.
Yeah, so I can see her start doing that or something and
Yeah.
be ready to shout then. I mean, I have a specific thing to make it difficult for people to cast.
You'd be annoying.
Yeah, it's kind of my class description. It's literally in the name to be a prankster. Even though that's a bar thing, I'm not a bard. Never mind.
Okay, so you mingle in the crowd as you listen to this minister just waffle on, and you're pretty sure the man's dragging it out just so he has a bit more time on the podium and people remember his face. But you're pretty sure people are just waiting for the main surprise of Princess Garnet coming out those big doors. And he goes on for about half an hour talking about what's going on, when finally the large doors open up. And from the large doors, you can notice two well-clad individuals walk out, one of them being Steiner, who you had met previously, and on the other side, Beatrix. And if you have knowledge local or knowledge nobility, you could roll it for these two. I think you can also... Does FFD20 have bardic knowledge? Do they take that out?
No, I don't think
Okay.
it does. But I do have knowledge local.
Okay, you can roll that then.
I'm gonna add my
I have a very
int
low
bonus to it.
knowledge local.
If you're nearby, you get +8 to it.
Oh! Ryukishi's got a brain today.
Is that with the +8 in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Alright. You both know that these two people, Steiner and Beatrix, are pretty much the strongest knights within the Alexandrian army, and the only person to have beaten Beatrix was Steiner. And you also know from your talks and your knowledge of Limblum that Beatrix and Saravala are on the same part of fame and power.
Oh, that's actually +9 because I already forgot my boost. But hey.
Stu's typing out everything! Lore! These two knights kind of like walk out around 50 foot away from the big doors as they raise their swords up high, as coming out of the large doors is a very lavishly dressed Princess Garnet, and beside and behind her... What? When did that happen? What is the timeline feeding Steiner? No, that happens in the real game. Steiner became the captain of the Knights of Pluto by defeating Beatrix.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
It's said in the game, but it's like hidden.
Yeah, there's like no reason to believe that was factual. That's funny. Sorry.
Besides Garnet and behind her, there are plenty of other nobles and well-clad knights and soldiers. And as Princess Garnet passes both Steiner and Beatrix, they sheath their swords and they walk beside her up to the podium, as they all kind of circle around the podium in an almost defensive position, but more of a show of the defense and power that she would wield as a queen. The man who has been talking for too long now continues to talk as he announces Princess Garnet and again waffles on about politics and power and such, again for another 20 minutes or so, until he leads it up to him talking about the inauguration of Princess Garnet into Queen Garnet. Every so often there are a round of applause as the announcer speaks of events and Garnet and such, as it comes to a point where the crown is brought out and there's plenty of, like, not really shocking gasps, but gasps of people seeing the crown and it's being shiny. People are like, oh, I want that. As it comes to her being inaugurated. And around this time, to Gold versus Ali, your first summoning is complete, as you now have Carbuncle and Ramu, as they appear from the holes in the floor, awaiting your commands, as well as your first speech towards them, as they just kind of like brought them out their domain.
Start off with a big bow. I am very sorry, but we may have to wait a little bit before the combat begins, as we did not have the energy to summon all three of you at once.
Carbuncle just like rubs his eyes, pours his way over to you, climbs up your leg, and then kind of like dissolves into your beard, and you hear some snoring from inside.
Well, he's he's easily taken care of. Are you all right with that, Ramu?
It would have been nice if you brought a chair.
I wish I had something here for this.
If only we had Meg
Summon
staff.
a chair. What do you say, fellas?
If only we had Meg staff.
Yeah, if only. Make him a tent for the food.
I don't think that's recharged yet. Thanks
No.
for reminding me, actually.
It hasn't been a week since then.
Yeah.
Alright, Rami will pretty much just kind of shrink a little as he just sits onto the grass nearby.
Okay. Let's drink up some ethers and start in on the next bit. Do. See how well these ethers go. What is happening? Alright.
Well, literally, you're only 6 shots, so if all 3 of you take one, you'll be fine. I hope.
Right.
All roll once. There you go.
You jinxed it.
So that's fine.
Ali had an out-of-date one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, might as well drink up a bit, you know? A drink. 2 more. Does Ali or Relis need any extra?
Yeah, I'm just going for the couch.
Okay. Pew! Alright. Not terrible. Alright, let's see. Oh, maths. Maths in the morning.
Oh no! D&D! Maths! Who would have thought?
There we go. Thank you, Roll20. I'm lazy. Alright, I think I have 1 more ether to work with, so if...
So after you soak up ethers, are you just going to go straight to calling Ifrit?
Yes, I'll ask Ramu if he has any questions or concerns before we start in.
Who is joining us?
We were able to get Ifrit, but we were unable to find Shiva.
We should probably tell him about the agreement we have with Ethan as well.
We did have an agreement with Ifrit. It was, if Shiva had appeared, he was going to have a free punch on her.
That
But,
does sound like Ifrit.
Do you think, I'll probably be taking that punch in her place? Or will he stand by the agreement, since she's not here? The agreement was if she was here.
He might not pay much heed the semantics.
Ah. Okay. It's good to know going into it. Alright.
Just hair in your beard. Don't want to get carbuncle out just in case.
Is Ali good for MP?
Yeah, we're both good.
Okay. What's the, let's see, Ifrit costs a certain amount.
106?
It does? Okay.
104, sorry.
One more elixir.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll take the 35.
And then me and we take 34.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Alright, so you drink up and then prepare to call Ifrit as we hop on back over to the recon crew. As the inauguration continues to go through, however, this man who's been drawing out the ceremony continues to draw it out even more, and you just feel yourself kind of falling asleep on the side of the battlements with your eyes kind of closing, as you know, as other people are doing the same. You hear a yawn here and there.
Can I sense motive on the guy drawing out the thing?
Sure.
What the fuck is your deal, guy?
Just so you know. Where's Mrs. Motive?
Okay, what in particular are you trying to sense motive about him?
Like, is he, like, genuinely boring, or does he have, like, is he doing that on purpose, or,
Oh, fuck.
like, what's his deal?
A little from column A and a little from column B. He definitely looks like he's reading from a book every now and again, but the way he's presenting himself, it's like he doesn't get to do this very often, and he wants his spot in the spotlight as such.
So he's doing it for the spotlight.
As well as reading from a book, but without
Oh.
reading it, it's hard to tell pinpointly. You want to shout down, "Hey, get on with it!"
It is tempting.
Don't you have a throw voice as a spell or something?
I have ghost sound.
You can use that.
Oh no. MVP gets bored.
It's really tempting, though.
I'll let you use stealth so that nobody knows you're doing it.
And now I cannot do it. I have to do it. Sure, I try to make like a booming, like, male voice from, like, what's the range? It's 30 feet. Well, like, as far away as I can. 30 feet away from me, just within the crowd somewhere, and just get on with it.
Alright, roll me stealth. See who notices you casting. Or singing.
Self.
I will help because it works. Oh no, I don't need to.
You can't help it with this. Okay, you're pretty sure nobody, like, sees you as nobody makes a scene about it. Then give me a cast of ghost sound. Let's see if this random man disbelieves that sound. I don't even know what a disbelief would have even done. It says creatures in this area. I'll let it affect the guy down there.
Oh yeah, it's
Well, he definitely doesn't disbelieve it.
No, he
So,
doesn't.
Off to the side of the wall, everybody hears like a very male and not Moogle at all voice kind of shout down, "Hey, get on with it!" And you definitely hear a lot of other people kind of laugh. Roll me diplomacy.
Absolutely.
Really, you're asking her to roll diplomacy? What's the point? Like,
Jeez. Okay. So this booming voice kind of it's very it's one of those voices you just get behind. It's the voice of a leader, the person you just like, yep, I'm doing what this guy says. As 92 other people also start saying get on with it. So you have a big ass crowd along this wall, along the adjacent walls, and even some of the locals down below, just like saying, yeah, get on with it! As the speaker on the podium is visibly kind of shaken, and even from this distance you can see him visibly sweating as he kind of like flicks through a few pages of the book he's reading from. You even see Princess Garnet kind of chuckle a bit, and you definitely tell he's sped up, and he's kind of he's abbreviating some of what the book tells him to say, and he speeds at the process as it comes to the part where he has to crown Princess Garnet, and that goes without a hitch. No summons to kill her at this point, and the crowd, if they're sitting, they all stand up. Everybody starts clapping and cheering. Do you want to do anything whilst this is happening?
Did we know like about the time, like when she was supposed to go down? Did we have like the time frame for that?
You still have around an hour and a half.
Okay. So I'm just kind of go with the crowd and keep an eye out still.
Alright. Everyone who is... Actually, everyone can do this. Everyone can roll perception.
Dun dun dun.
Wisdom boost, which is actually +9.
Which only affects the crew at the council,
Right.
though.
We
Like,
all
everyone
roll
outside
perception.
doesn't get this boost.
Well, yeah, the guys inside get it.
Pew!
Eyesight's good.
Ellis? Is that with the bonus from Nogmeg still in there? Alex?
No, it isn't.
Okay. So thankfully, Morales can see this, because you're getting a minus from being far away anyway. DeGold doesn't see this, because he's too busy summoning. However, everybody else, as the ceremony's going on and you're summoning, you notice this way off, in the distance, towards the west. Yes, the west. The clouds, as if there is a storm approaching. The clouds off in the distance are getting darker and darker.
Kuja?
Who else?
It's about to go down.
Better speed this
the
up
hell's
a little
that
bit.
coming?
I wonder how the other lot are getting on.
Is there a way to kind of figure out like how fast the thing is moving? Or how far away it is?
It's very far away. Like, you definitely got quite a few minutes. Unless you have, yeah, this would be knowledge nature. You could roll knowledge nature to see how fast it's approaching.
I will help with this.
Well, I don't know that. I don't have knowledge nature.
Can I point them out to the gold?
Yes, if you see, you can point it out to the gold. Alright,
Yeah, so, yeah.
Maggie, you can tell from the formation they aren't ordinary dark clouds. So you think you have in the direction of 20 to 30 minutes before they get to where you are.
Don't have long, Cabal.
Ugh. Faster than Verlis told us though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It would be, yes.
Yeah.
But, so is this
Unless
earlier
the guy's
than
droning just messed up my sense of time, but you know.
That video, on point.
Oh, we're gonna fucking die.
That's brilliant.
We're gonna fucking die. I mean, how much of the ceremony is like left, or was that it, or like?
Well, once the crowd's on our head, it's just a matter of winding it down and her saying her hellos and her own speech.
So is the summoning group going to get back in time then?
I mean, if it's 30, like if we kind of kept time there, it's 2 hours for them to summon those things, and then an hour to get back here.
Yeah, they've already summoned 2 of them.
Yeah, like they would be like in the middle of summoning the second summoning, and they still need to get back here.
Ryukishi,
I can teleport to Alexandria. That's not a problem.
Ryukishi, what?
Well, you can, yeah, but like that wasn't part of the plan. Like we know you can do it, but what about the summons?
Yeah, the summons can't teleport.
Well, we don't know what the summons can do, basically.
Well,
yeah, hopefully they can, but
right, yeah, we planned around the
part
summons.
of the plan.
Yeah. But just to clarify, does it, like, timeline-wise, is this does it look like we're gonna be finishing up the Ifrit summon at the time that the storm gets here?
You don't know.
Okay.
The person who rolled knowledge nature is not with you, so you don't know.
Gotcha.
You could roll knowledge nature, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, I guess I could.
Yeah, it's been pointed out to you, so you can roll knowledge nature.
Gotcha. Haha!
Fumbles.
Let me take off that 8, that beautiful 8. 2 rolled out. God damn 2.
I mean, difficult maybe?
Well,
doesn't
you
yeah, we're in
cannot
the middle.
reroll because you're currently calling.
Fair enough.
You're already casting a spell, really.
This
I mean,
is
it's
just
a
like
class ability,
glancing.
technically.
Well, all your concentration is in the calling. You can't do anything
Yeah.
else really besides like knowledge, which is just you knowing what you know.
What can do gold? Get from fucking 2.
As you see the approaching storm, guess you have in the area of an hour.
Okay. Okay.
You can still talk to Bramu if you want to ask if they can teleport themselves.
Oh yeah, I'll ask that.
Bramu will tell you that he cannot teleport.
Okay.
Can he change size?
Yes.
It could be a medium creature. It'd be easier then.
How about the other 2?
Well, Carbuncle's already tiny, so that's sorted itself out.
And Ifrit is... I mean... Oh, is he large?
Huge. He was huge.
Roll me intelligence. See if you remember. As I look for him.
Okay. Is it not like a plains or something?
Yeah, you can roll noise planes.
Sweet. Taking off that beautiful 8.
Oh, what?
Again.
Come on.
Pew!
Alright,
A 3!
You know that Ifrit is huge.
Okay.
Can he change size?
Sure, with that you'll know he can't change size. He is stuck at being huge.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Does Rami know how fast he is?
What if I use my all 3 of my hero points on the teleport? Can I teleport everyone then?
Oh yeah, hero points. You guys are heroes, I forget.
I like how the evil person who killed billions is a hero. I'll say... How do you have 3 hero points already?
It's been 3 levels since I last did. I went against what's it? That guard.
You took the time from the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, he can take more time.
I'll say you can spend 1 hero point to do it.
Okay, cool. Cheers.
Yes, if you want to do everyone all at once to the gates of Alexandria, it'll be 1 hero point.
What?
It'll still cost the spell for teleport.
Yeah, that's fine.
I just looked at the stream and I just saw a little dragon's head and I looked to the right. What is that?
You just noticed it.
Wow, I've been having
Yeah.
You wanted something in the upper left corner, so there's something. Right
It's
corner.
cool.
Well, because I know it's good, like the cloud's about 20-30 minutes away. Meg, do you want to send Rikishi back to go get the animals? Because then the guards won't attack the animals.
Why wouldn't they attack the animals?
If they're
What?
with Rikishi.
They're
That
just not gonna
doesn't
let
mean
them
anything.
in.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Not,
Remember the plan.
not to bring them into here. Get into
God,
the
do
door.
what?
Ah, never mind. We'll stick with what.
I was thinking like while if there's like still some like cheering and stuff, we could maybe use that to kind of sneak and hide somewhere a little closer or something.
Sure.
To be more at the ready.
Where would you want to sneak towards?
Again.
Since everybody's like stood up and cheering and all focused on Garnet, you can fly down. You're just gonna take a minus to it.
Do we want to give that a try?
Times. Yeah, my stealth's 20, so I want to try it.
17, so I'm not that far off.
And if they're all focusing on someone else, we still might have a decent chance. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's at least try. And if like, I'm gonna try bluffing if we get caught or something.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's
Alright.
go.
Roll d20s.
Get the highest roll.
Or don't roll d20s, just roll stealth.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, so the highest is 10, so Nogbegs will be 8 higher.
27.
Yeah, 27.
Sure, let me roll this. I didn't roll above a 10.
Good.
I
How did you roll?
was so worried like crit or something.
Well, I rolled a 1, I rolled a 4, an 8 and a 9.
Beautiful.
So, all the guards are like... The guards are still laughing from the guy saying hurry up earlier, so they don't even care about you guys flying down the walls. Whereabouts do you want to land? Do you want to land like flush up against the walls, or do you want to be like hiding amongst the people?
Like hiding amongst the
Yeah,
people.
no, we could still walk slowly.
We're small, we can just like
Fit in.
be
Yeah.
there but not be noticed.
Alright. Just so I know where, like, position you are. And Rikishi,
kind
you can obviously see these two doing it because you're right next to them.
Yeah.
What do you want to do as they do that?
What, as they're like stealthing off?
Yeah, they've stealthed off down below. They haven't told you anything.
Like-
What do you want to do?
There was a plan.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I'll just stick with the plan and just stay with the audience and not really try and cause any commotion.
Alright.
Goodbye.
You
I
get
just
a
hear like
treat
a
afterwards.
faint little voice like down by people's feet. It's like, well done.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Tell you when to come.
Meg? Mackie? Where are you? I can hear you, but I can't see you. What is going on? Maybe I'm
Doing
doing
Oh,
it
boy.
But yeah, we'll try like slowly moving closer.
Yeah, try to.
I'll just speak to one of the
Yes.
audience members. Do you hear anything?
Everyone's screaming. You ask if they hear something.
What? Speak up, Sonny!
I said, can you hear something?
Yeah, you!
Cool.
Glad we have this chat!
So do I. What's your name?
Justin!
I like that name.
What's
I'm
yours?
Ryukishi. Nice to meet you, Justin.
Nice to meet you too, Rikishi!
It's a great chat.
Already making friends.
Hey, they're all gonna hate me eventually.
Maybe.
Once he realizes I'm the champion of Tetramaster and I take his deck.
You just play him Tetramaster right here, right now.
Yeah.
Like
Something to
while the
do.
guy was droning before Nogmek intervened, just like Ryuki's just like, oh my god, boringly turns to
Just
guy singing it.
You just
Wanna
shouting,
play Tetramaster?
just shouting at each other. It's time to duel! What?
You activated my trap card!
Oh my god.
What? Your spell card?
No, those don't exist!
No, okay.
Alright, so the Moogles fly and delve down below, whereas Rikishi keeps guard up top as it comes over to Queen Garnet's
Keeps
Beach.
guard. He's just shouting at people.
Yeah, that's how you keep guard. Make sure people are in their place.
Yeah.
Queen Garnet basically does her speech where she says what she's going to do during her reign, how she'll be different, and what's going to be different for the rest of what she's doing exactly. And you'll note that she wants to improve relations between Alexandria and the three other kingdoms. When she says three other kingdoms, she does mean Trino is included in that. And she goes on about talking that the disappearance of the mist will allow everyone to become closer, and even know that airships are no longer functioning, that there are people hard at work to make sure that doesn't put a hamper on travel and trade and such.
Ryukishi giggles to himself. I already got one.
And after about 10 minutes or so, it comes to the point where she has to go around and introduce herself, as well as they introduce to her several of the nobles nearby. As she comes down, well, she doesn't come down from the podium. She goes to the edge as the nobles come up and basically put their hand up to her. And they
She just starts walking forward because he considers himself a noble as the champion of Tetramaster.
whilst on the castle, so you fall off the wall.
Okay, no, never mind.
I mean, if you think you can fly, go ahead.
Just shouts up to Ryu, come on!
I don't think Rich can hear you from here.
Probably not.
The nobles down in the courtyard kind of go in an orderly fashion, as if they've either been told beforehand, or they know of their own station, who goes first. And they shuffle around, kind of, not really, not purposefully, but they do push aside the Moogles here and there, as you're the only two Moogles down here. What do you guys want to do as the nobles are moving around?
Try move with them, move closer.
Kinda, yeah, try to feel just lay low and just stay unnoticed and kind of pretend that we're just dodging people, but actually get closer.
Would you like to get on one another's shoulders and pretend you're a human?
Oh,
No, we don't have the clothes.
Yeah, we don't have any. I don't think we have anything
Just
to
steal
help
some.
actually, make that feasible.
Hide in the big woman's jacket.
Hey, you're gonna take a heavy minus, but it is possible.
Go in between their boobs, pretend you're a
I don't
chihuahua.
know. I think we're just gonna pretend that we're just dodging people's feet and just use that to get closer.
Okay. So you kind of move with this flow of nobles as you get closer towards the podium itself, and after about 5 or so minutes, it's up to your turn, even though you shouldn't really have a turn, as you get towards the podium.
Well, could we roll to listen to see what everyone else has been saying to her as they go
Sure.
past?
Roll perception.
Take out the bonus.
No, I think you'd have the bonus for this.
So you have to play music for this or hum or something?
It's just like humming. It's just me being cheery
There you go
and
then.
stuff.
Alright, you can hear... Basically, Garnet says the same thing over and over again. She thanks the nobles for what they do, hopes they have a lovely day, and also as well as thanks them coming to the ceremony. Whereas the nobles are basically telling them their name. They're pretty sure she's not going to remember them all. Their family, what their family does, and why they're in power, as well as they kind of give a promise of what their family will do to help and serve the Queen as well as the royal family. And every now and again, there will be a person who apologizes for the death of Queen Bran and hope that she gets better. Well, that Garnet sees through the morning easily.
Yeah. Don't really know what I'm supposed to say.
Or you're a Moogle. Say you have a letter for her.
Oh my god, I wish we did have.
We don't. I'm gonna try to kind of use that we're not supposed to be here and be like, oh, like stars, like, oh my gosh, like congratulations and stuff, and
Good night, your autograph.
Like sense that like awkward but smooth at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just
Alright.
play off of that.
Roll me bluff.
Yep.
You bring out your violin.
No, I don't.
Okay, you basically you'll wait. I'm not even gonna roll. She's not gonna be able to do that. You basically speech your way through it, and Garnet kind of understands. Did you not want to say anything to her up close and personal, or?
Yeah.
I want to say it now, cause like nothing's happening.
You know the dark clouds are approaching.
Well, yeah, they are, but
Drop a whisper at the end of it all.
You see that storm over there?
okay,
You're
sure.
gonna die.
Dave, I want you getting
Yeah,
close,
exactly. Like, but
just
like
whisper it
nothing's
to
happening right
whatever.
now. She like.
Just whisper whatever happens to someone Alexandra.
Sounds good to me.
They quickly
Like,
move
I
on.
think it's gonna be more impactful if I like wait for things to like actually happen and just keep staying close by so I can do that then. Because it's gonna sound like insane rambling if I just say it right now when things are happy and sort of exciting and like normal.
You go MVP.
That's how I say things. I mean,
And what is Mackie doing as he comes up as well?
He'll like act really shy and everything, and just like quickly say what she said. Like move on.
Roll me bluff. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so again, she kind of understands you, and seeing like two vehicles together, she kind of understands that you might have had like a joint delivery or something together. So she seems to buy what you're saying, and she just lets you like walk on by as the other nobles are passing.
I'll just stick with Meg for that whole thing. Is it wrong that I'm just so tempted to try and pickpocket someone whilst we're in this?
It's not wrong that you're tempted.
yeah, it's
It'd be wrong if you did it.
Old habits are coming back.
Are you guys doing anything right now, or are you just going to wait for it, the events to take place?
Yeah, wait for the opportunity.
can't really do anything right now because, like I said, even if I do warn her how to, like, don't think there's a way to make it sound like reasonable.
Alright. So you move along with the nobles towards the side as more people go up and go away as they introduce themselves to Garnet. As another 10 or so minutes pass, as the clouds start encroaching ever closer, and to Gold, I think your estimation of how long it's going to take was a bit off.
Alright. What's that?
No, you don't need to do anything. You just know, like, it's approaching faster than you thought it was. You thought
Gotcha.
it was more time.
Damn it.
And it comes up to the point where Queen Garnet now has to go back through those double doors, and she'll go up to one of the large overlooks, so she can speak to subjects as a whole, and speak kind of outside the castle, so that the general populace will see as well. So she goes for the double doors again, some of the knights following her, mainly Stona, Beatrix, as well as some of the Knights of Pluto and some of the female guards. As the double doors close, and the nobles and such speak among themselves, as it might take us some time to walk through the castle.
Is there a way for us to kind of take a detour to sneak around to where about she's going?
Get into the castle.
There are side doors into the castle walls and the castle itself. You could stealth up to one of those if you want.
Yeah, and then if anyone taxes us, we'll just say, like, we've got parts to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then roll 10 again.
Alright, so Logberg will be 9 higher.
Yeah.
Alright, so you make your way over to a side door as you try and enter. However, somebody locked it.
Oh god, I could try and pick it, but... Anyone looking in that direction?
Even if they would, they don't see you because you're stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try it.
Where is it? Ready?
Do you have pick locking tools?
Yeah, we got them ages ago for this reason.
Alright. Is the +2 already in there? Did you have masterwork? Can't remember.
Yeah, it's in there.
Let me double check the DC of this check. Oh, this. Oh, you're in luck. You hear a click as the door unlocks.
Thinking.
You open it up slightly as you kind of tiptoe in, making no sound whatsoever. And you close the door behind you, I assume?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Make your way into the castle, and thankfully they still have candles lit up along the walls so you can see the area. And Rikishi, as the commotion's all going on, you've lost sight of your bugles.
Aki? Meg? Oh no! What do? I feel like I've forgotten the plan. Rick starts running around panicked.
Your new friend asks, why are you so stressed?
I just thought the princess was taking a while.
I mean, the queen.
I mean, yes, the queen, sorry. It just takes a while to get used to it, I guess.
Well, she has to make her way for the castle. She's gotta speak to all of her subjects.
Oh, I guess there's no reason to stress then. Thank you for
You say there's
calming
no
me
reason
down.
you say there's no reason to stress as a droplet of water hits you on your ear.
Rikishi's whole body just tingles and screeches. I'm just gonna like take a step back for a bit.
You take a step back and a droplet of water lands on your nose.
Rikishi just looks up. Is it raining or something?
Well, there's dark clouds up ahead.
Ugh. Too stressful.
The gold. The earth starts to rumble as the ground opens up for Ifrit.
Oh boy.
And the look on his face isn't the best.
What do you want? You woke me up.
I have good news and I have got bad news. The bad news is we were unable to recover a gem to summon Shiva. So we've gotten Carbuncle in her place. The good news is the fight is encroaching much quicker and combat will be happening very soon.
You see Ifrit crack the knuckles on his fists. I was hoping for a warm-up.
Wonder Gold.
If I can be of service in that regard, I will do so.
As you say, I can be of service. Ifrit rears back his fist and plants it forcefully through your face.
Ooh.
As a shield pops up and kind of reflects his fist back. As you see just like the ears and snouts of a carbuncle pop out of your beard. Is it waking up time?
Oh yeah, whoops. Yep.
Works.
Yes, actually it is. Sorry, Carbuncle, you might have to step aside. Unless that was satisfactory for you. If he looks up at you for...
I'm worked up. Let's go.
Alright.
That timed so well with the music there. I am so proud.
No, no, no.
I love that.
Alright,
You do spot the clouds are darkened up above even you now, and you're really sure your timing was off.
Yeah. Just see Q just fly over
and so,
the top.
Varellis,
like,
you've got a trick to get us all there?
Yep, I can. Well, I'm
Don't
gonna try and
do it right
teleport
now.
us all there.
We need to wait until they've shown themselves.
Okay.
They should be... Whoever is appearing should appear soon. I'm gonna start downing drinks so I can be back up to power here. Where are my items? There you go. Jeez. Go to items.
As you go to swoop up, the Eidolons all kind of like stand up at attention as they all converse with one another. Ifrit seems rather calm around Ramu and doesn't really pay much mention to Carbuncle.
If I can do that elixir. Okay.
Sounds like we're gonna have a very anticlimactic ending today.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
it's fine. It saves it all up for not next week, but the week after.
No, we're gonna be like midway through what's happening when you have to leave.
No, fair enough.
Alright, so as you're souping up and preparing yourselves, we shall go back over to the Muggles.
So much jumping around.
So, go over to the Muggles as they're in stealth mode, and Rikishi is kind of like flailing around madly outside. You don't really need roll perception for this, but Nogmeg and Maki, you can hear the rain as well as what you could assume to be thunder from outside.
I don't suppose it's just a normal thunderstorm.
I think we better move quick.
Yep. Let's hurry.
How do you want to go about getting to Queen Garnet? Do you want to go as fast as you can, or do you want to stealth your way up?
Bit of both, kind of. Like, we see a
Go
long
as
corridor.
fast as we can while stealthing up.
Like, we see a long corridor. We run down it, get to the corner, stealth just before we get there, or fly down it if it's quieter.
It's not going to be much quieter, like wings do make noise.
Yeah, we'll just run down it then, get to the end, or near the end, then we stealth, have a peek around the corner and stuff. Or if we see a door
Yeah.
up, then quickly stealth.
Alright, run me stealth. Also, Alex, why do you have
God
your
damn
start
it.
menu up?
Another fast roll, tennis,
He's rolling
fast
10s.
roll.
Every...
Hey,
There you go.
14.
But mine's +4.
Yep, very cool for you. Also, I can't hear if you're speaking, Alex. I don't know if it's because you have your start menu up or whatever.
No, I just wasn't speaking.
Okay. So you make your way across several parts of the castle, moving around guards, like getting up behind them, and as they turn, you just go like a step to the side as you turn with their back, and then you patter on alongside. You peek your heads around corners, fly up onto chandeliers to hide from them. Basically do whatever you can to stay out of sight and out of mind. As you make your way to a kind of staircase that goes up and then splits off into a two-way direction, going both to the left and to the right. Then it's kind of like backs on itself as it goes up into the upper floors. and you can hear the clanking of metal, as well as the chatting of some people up above.
Going until we feel like we're at the final dock.
Yeah.
And then
Like, I mean, we've met Rusty, so we should recognize his voice. And Garnet as well.
So, a question or a statement?
question?
The question?
Yeah, you'd recognize their voice.
Yeah.
You can hear them.
Right.
I'll follow them. Then. Keep staying out of sight for now.
Alright. You continue following as Rikishi. The rain starts to get heavier. However, the area seems to be getting a bit warmer.
Something tells me something fishy's going on here.
Why'd you say that, buddy?
Can't. Richie's kind of just looking around and being like, "Where's Ifrit? I know he's here somewhere."
What? What are you talking about?
He's kind of thinking it in his head.
This
Looking
guy's
around.
telepathic, apparently.
Of course he is. I guess I'll speak to him, my newfound friend, and be like, "Hey, do you think it's getting warmer right now?"
Yeah. Maybe the rain's from a volcano.
Well, surely that's not a good thing.
Yeah, you get used to it when you're like me.
Okay then.
You're not gonna ask any questions about this guy?
No, I kind of like him. He's just a friend.
Alright.
Don't want to get too close, but don't want to get too apart, you know?
Roll me perception.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
Rikishi.
Just gotta see he's having an erection or something.
No! It's nothing to do about this guy.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off then.
Okay. I like how your mind went straight to that, though.
That is a weird place your mind went.
Don't know, he's a newfound friend. You don't know what these people think.
Alright, so, as you're talking to your newfound friend, while it is getting hot and you think it's possibly Ifrit, you're pretty sure it's not, as off in the distance, as you're looking around, trying to spot the infernal, you spot off in the distance, towards the entrance to the city, flames, not flames, smoke.
No, what? No. It's that time already? Oh, where's the Mughals? I'm panicking again. Well, as Rikishi's like panicking, he is trying to remember the plan, and it's just gonna be like, just trying to keep a close eye on where the direction of the smoke is, while not looking like entirely suspicious to his newfound friend.
Alright. Muggles! It comes to the point where you're at the top of the stairs, as you're pretty much around the corner, looking down another hallway, with the knights, nobles, and queen walking up towards another set of large doors. Do you want to do anything, or just stay out of sight?
Say that again?
I'm talking to the Muggles.
Oh, okay.
I mean, stay out of sight still for now, because nothing's blown up yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or should we just like run up and warn them now?
Yeah. Let's do it now
Cause-
rather than it's too late.
Like if they're still just like they're just
Well, can't we
walking,
still
right?
hear us speaking to the people?
Yeah, they're just walking down the hallway up to the door.
Yeah, they haven't. So, and right now the only people with the queen are the guards,
There are guards and some nobles.
some nobles. So we could like do it now before her speech. So if she believes us, she could try to sort of warn people beforehand in her speech?
Yeah, tell people to get clear, get out of town quickly.
Okay, let's do it then.
Oh,
Oh god.
Google power!
Let's go.
Alright, so you're coming around the corner. Are you just shouting towards them, or?
Your Highness, wait and just run towards her.
As you shout, wait, and running towards her, the rest of your voice is drowned out.
Too slow.
As you run towards Princess Scarlet and you notice them kind of slow down and turn around to face you, something rumbles the castle as a loud kind of roar echoes throughout. As everyone kind of like ducks in, flinching towards the sound and the rumble, both Maki and Nogmig, roll me acrobatics.
Oh, that's 6.
Alright, you're able to keep yourself on your feet as the whole castle starts to shake. As Rikishi, you see a large fireball flung overhead as it hits into the side of the castle, demolishing part of its walls as well as its tower.
But they want to shout as soon as
Rikishi kind of recalls back to the plan. Damn it, what was the plan? Do I rush? Do I help? Do I stay in the crowd? Ah!
Oh, jeez.
As we go back into inside, you see both Steiner and Beatrix bring out their swords as they kind of move in front of Princess Garnet to block the Mughals who've just approached and an explosion happened.
As I spill the beans and just start telling them that it's Kuja's attacking the castle. We have to get everyone to safety.
Roll me diplomacy.
Everything I have. Almost everything I have.
Alright, thankfully, Beatrix's eyes start to shine as if her memory's clicking, and she recognizes you as she kind of like nods over to Steiner as they kind of lower their stance a bit, and they tell the Queen to move this way as they move towards you. And as that happens, Rikishi, you spot another fireball come overhead as it attacks the overhang Princess Garnet was meant to go on, crashing into the castle and blowing straight through the door. And from the inside, everybody sees the wall crumble in just behind the people as rock and wood blasts inwards. But thankfully, everybody's moved away in time, and they're only shook up by the force and not really damaged as much. And after this happens, everybody starts to run. And people at the teleportation site, you can now see smoke coming from Alexandria itself.
But we don't see any summon yet.
You don't see any summon, but you see smoke.
I don't know. I don't want us to be the antagonizers. We don't see a summon yet. I have to hold.
Or else?
The moment longer.
Sorry, what was that?
I don't. Do you see a summon? I don't see anything yet. Nidolan or Kuja.
No?
You just need smoke.
Yeah, there's smoke, so we should probably head over maybe.
I don't want us to be the ones antagonizing anything. Because we know a summon attacking the city is what causes Alexander to get summoned, and I want to avoid that.
Good point. Let's just hold until we see Alexander then.
No, what?
I wasn't paying attention, sorry.
We're waiting for the summon. We assume that one of the summons would be Bahamut or Odin, but if we see Kuja as well.
Alright, so you're holding?
How far does message go? How far away are we? Nah.
Don't ask me. You're
Too
beyond the
far?
spell.
I'll check.
Like, you're several miles.
Yeah, I don't think it goes that far.
You're, let's see.
Well, there are message blasts that go far away, but I don't know about the FFD20.
You're
Or
6
Pathfinder.
miles away.
Mage, cantrip, what do you got?
It's a
cantrip.
cantrip, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot per level. Nope.
10 foot, yeah, then no.
Yeah,
It's
nope.
6 miles, that's a lot more.
No, yeah.
Alright. We'll travel the camera back into the castle as Garnet and the Moogles are running away from what has just been exploded upon. Do you want to say anything to the Queen? Got me doing it now. As you're running away.
Yeah, I wanna tell her why Kuja is here. I mean, obviously pretty much wreck Alexandria, but also to steal Alexander, so maybe don't summon him. You know, in a more charismatic way, but you get the gist. And that we're here to help her as best we can, and we have more help outside. Once Kuja makes an actual appearance.
Alright, roll me diplomacy.
Nothing new. Gonna use a luck point to reroll that for the lows. Because I can. Oh fuck.
Oh,
Shouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have done it. Got greedy.
For the
Well,
wolves.
that's what it is.
Can't win them all.
I mean, it's still 34.
Go on, take
Oh,
the best
yeah.
out of 2 rolls.
Still fantastic.
It's still ridiculous.
Okay,
Wait.
Garnet will tell you she had no intention of summoning Alexandria, and she doesn't really have the ability to do so. She only has
Summoning
2
Alexander,
shards.
you mean?
Alexander.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. That's great. Just wanna make sure.
But she will do anything in her power to save her kingdom, unless you can save it first.
We'll definitely do our best. That's the mobile with a violin.
I shall kill them with music.
I mean, I've done that.
well, we'll tell her that we have some summons on our way.
I mean, I did say we have more help both inside and outside.
Are you going to stick with Queen, or are you going to split off after telling her?
Gonna stay with her, I think, right?
Yeah.
Maybe keep an eye out to hopefully see Ryukishi somewhere, but stay close to Queen.
Alright. Rikishi, as you jump down towards the doors, trying to get inside, you hear screeches from behind you. You want to turn around?
Yeah, I quickly rush around and look around.
As you whip around, you notice 3 mist monsters of a different variety, though much stronger looking than what you've faced so far, encroaching on you, as well as underneath them, some screaming nobles.
I guess I'll just kind of pull out my spear, preparing myself.
Hero mode activate.
Go help
Literally.
them.
Do you want
Sounds
to
pretty
go
cool,
help
guys.
the
Yeah, I'll
civilians,
go.
or do you
Yeah,
want to stand
obviously
still?
I'll rush in and go help them.
Alright. Dart in to try and fend off the mist monsters. Summoners, what are you doing?
I'm gonna remind Alex to make sure for Allie drinks up MP stuff.
She's already used them both.
Got elixirs and stuff.
Oh yeah, she's got an elixir.
Yeah. We still don't see anything. Should we be rolling perception or something?
Well, if Ali is drinking a potion, you no longer need to.
Dope.
As Ali kind of pops off the lid of her elixir and downs it, you just see the glass hit the floor as you all kind of see off in the distance, amongst the clouds, a colossal dragon flying above Alexandria itself. Alexandria.
Alexandria.
Itself, I should say. As a loud screech kind of breaks all sorts of barriers, pierces into your ears, as well as into the castle where everyone else can hear it. You've seen Bahamut before, so you know the screech to be Bahamut. And as well as this screech, the mist monsters all kind of roar in unison with it.
Oh boy. Alright, that's the signal. Get us in there, Varellis.
You want to teleport?
Yes, please. And you're able to teleport us all? Summons and everything?
Yes. Well, I'm gonna do my best.
With a hero point.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna show them what we've got.
And with this, Dogmeg and Mackie,
We all
do
know
you
what it
change
does now.
at all?
Do we what?
Do you want to change what you're doing at all after hearing this?
So Mackie kind of wants to go get attrition. The last thing you want to do is lose her now. Do we see this or hear this?
You can hear it.
Remember,
Well,
ask
that's the
permission.
man of the
You
hour.
should be able to, you know.
Yeah.
We could.
I'll tell the queen that we're gonna split off and go. Well, if she minds us splitting off to go find our party,
I thought you could just get collar from a distance. That was like the whole point.
yeah, I can. And ask if our animals are allowed in the ground to help.
You
Well,
stick with her.
you'll allow it, but like she can't tell every guard in the city to say.
Have you got
hey,
like a
this
little
is fine.
crest on you or something I could cruise?
Yeah, but the line is coming straight from the inn to here, isn't it? Like, you can't give that crest, just teleport it over to him. Her.
I'm gonna meet the lion, but I'm gonna run to my lion, tiger, quick as I can. And then, whilst the tiger's coming towards me as well, yeah.
Oh boy. So you're leaving Nogmeg to be the only one protecting the queen.
The queen doesn't need protection.
Yeah, she's got guards.
You
Just
say
guard.
that, but we know in a different timeline, Alexander gets summoned. This is...
Yeah, Alexander is summoned to save the city, not to save her.
Yeah.
And no offense, but
I'm not
Mackie's
really.
not exactly stronger than these two guards she's got with her.
We weren't. I mean, we said we were, but we weren't actually there to protect her. We're to keep an eye on her
Yeah.
and
We
to
just wanted to
convince
stop.
her that we can deal with this. Don't summon Alexander.
Alright, fair enough.
So yeah, we're
So,
off to find
like-
Rikishi and the animals then.
I mean, we can go to find Rikishi and just try to reconvene with the queen later.
Yeah. We'll ask why the queen's been taken so we can meet up with her later.
They're not going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Rough shot.
What if I persuade them to tell me
No.
that?
No matter how persuading you are, they're not going to tell you where their queen is located.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Right, well, we're off to do our best then.
Alright, so you
We
split
tried
off.
our best. Yeah. Kind of wanna be with our actual party for this whole
Yeah, I'm
thing,
gonna
so,
look
yeah.
look through a window, goes to the courtyard or something, quickly jump out of it, fly down, while shouting Rikishi.
Yeah, you can fly through the rubble that was made, so you can just get out quickly enough. And as you do, you see the rain coming down, the fire off in the distance, and a gigantic dragon in the sky.
So I'm me and Meg are wet now, right?
Yep.
So we take
Yep.
-2 to everything.
Cool.
As you guys teleport over to the entrance. Do you guys all want to meet up at one spot, or do you want to be split?
I was planning on meeting up.
Yeah, I mean, if we're all gonna meet up, we should just meet up.
Yeah.
Alright, I take it to go, you're telling the Eidolons to go off and keep Bahamut busy.
Yeah, this is the battle.
Alright. The Eidolons all like nod to one another as they fly off to follow Bahamut. A sec for the map to load, as there's going to be a lot to load in this one. Alright, so the
I'm guessing
summoners...
I would be placed in front of like one of the mist monsters because I'm fending them off.
No, you scared them off, so you're down here with everyone else. And before you move, rules. There are more rules,
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
as this is a timed event.
Gotcha.
Mr. Don. Okay.
Alright.
Well,
Here you go. Here is the rules for the Battle of Alexandria. It is a timed event. So you have several actions you can take during this event. Obviously, the summons have been already summoned, and that's taken a toll on your MP. However, as the Eidolons are fighting Bahamut, the summoners all can control, per se, the Eidolons on their turn. This takes a full action, and you can only do one Eidolon and per one summoner per turn. So if you wanted to use all three of them, it'd be Ramu, Kabam, but Ifrit, you can't do Ramu, Ramu, Ramu.
Gotcha.
This will cost MP up to what it says in the text, but generally you can spend 1 MP to use the ability and more MP to make the ability better or last longer. There are civilians on this map. They are some hidden, some of them are behind objects, some of them are in buildings, some of them are under threat by Mistodons. The more people you save, the more points you're going to get for the event. And because everything's happening quickly, you have a few new abilities as such that normally come as feats during this encounter. So, to rescue a civilian, if you can see them and they are currently being attacked by Mistodon, you will generally have 1 turn to save them, as villagers are not very strong, they have very low health and very low AC. So if you can see them, they're most likely going to die unless you can intervene. During your turn, if you can place your character token between the Mistodon and a civilian, you can just accept the hit that the civilian is going to take on their turn. So you can do a run over to there, or a double move, or anything. If a Mistodon is about to attack a civilian, you can use your reaction, which is normally what you would use for your attack opportunities as such, to take the blow instead. If you aren't, like, within the square blocking, but you are within 30 feet of the civilian, and you can only do this once per turn, even if you have combat reflexes, because it's not technically an attack opportunity. You can also roll acrobatics to push or pull the civilian out of the way as well as you, so that neither party takes damage. The DC to do that is 20, but that is DC 20 during your turn, so if you move up to them and you slip standard, you can do this. Or the DC is 30 if you're doing this as a reaction. If you fail even check, I will flip a coin, which is a D2, and this will decide if you're taking damage or if the civilian takes the damage. If you fail this, this will be confirmed damage, because you're trying to save someone, you're not exactly defending yourself at this point. Obviously, damage reduction still come into play if you get hit. Besides civilians, there's also guards, as guards aren't really trained to take on Eidolons, nor are they really suited to having their entire kingdom burnt to the ground. If you can see a guard and they aren't fighting, they're probably faltering in their resolve. So you will have to either use bluff, diplomacy, or intimidation to get them back into the action and basically raise the morale. To do this, all you need is a move action. You can also change your standard to use this as well. If you don't have something to do during the turn, you can still aid somebody else's check. And if several of you are near a civilian in danger, you can aid a single person's acrobatics. So you can use your bluff intimidation with a DC of 20 to aid the main person trying to morale boost someone and give them a +2. And if you're doing to aid in the acrobatics, you can use bluff or intimidation on the monster with a DC of 20 to give the acrobatics person +2, or you could do the guard morale, which is the normal DC 10. And aiding for guard morale is a move action, whereas helping to defend a civilian is a standard action. Since you've been kind to Horus, and not just forgotten about him on the wayside and him being a taxi, Horus will help you in this. Horus can reroll any d20 once per turn, and he can do this on a roll for an ally or enemies. And he doesn't need distance. As long as you can see it, you can say, hey, stop that roll or change it. And down below is how scoring is working. Gain 1 point per civilian rescued. You can gain up to 10 points in total for good role-playing during this. And any damage healed or stopped to buildings also rewards a point. As you can see on the map, some of the buildings are burning. This is why you need the water. And every guard you morale boost, you'll get another extra point. And for every round you spend in this event over 40, you lose 1 point. Any questions? Because that's lots of information.
Would we start as how we are on the map now, or?
You start at the gate.
Yeah, but like,
The way
should I
you
be
are.
rounding my attrition to begin with?
Yes.
So this is for the civilian, for taking hits from the civilian. We, like, unless we have we can't just run to the civilian and then have a reaction, right?
You
Like,
can
you
run
have to
back.
have-
You can still have the reaction as long as you're in 30 foot. So with
Okay.
this, oh, my map just messed up. Since this civilian here doesn't have a space between him and the Mr. Don, you cannot block the attack. You have to be close to use your reaction, and you have to be within 30 foot to do so.
I can get the one on the right, don't worry about it.
I mean, I could always get the run on the right. I have the acrobatics.
So does Mackie. It's DC 20, he has 20.
Okay. Cool.
It's DC 20 as a standard action, if you want to call them.
Yeah, that's fine. Right.
Just wanted to make sure that we understood. So, so moving, running, which usually takes up, all of your stuff.
Running is a 4-round action. A reaction is an action you normally use for attack opportunity. You just have a reaction at all times, unless you're flat-footed.
Gotcha. Cool. Good to know. Alright, fantastic.
And instead of doing this halfway through, we stopped just as I finished explaining the rules.
Okay.
As Jack has to go, and this is kind of a full party thing.
So we
Yeah.
can't do it next
Yeah.
week. Because 2 people are here.